We can hear you.
Powerlifters, the bars are loaded! Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the USAPL Raw Nationals, Day 2, Session 2. My name is Yuvraj, and I'm here with...
He is here with Eric Park.
And we are about to start off with our 82s.
So up first, on platform 1, we have Aiden missing his opener. And I believe on platform 2.
Platform 2, we have
Stewart
who had just gone. Now, these are going to be some very big fights today as we enter our deepest weight classes here in the men's division. On platform 2, we will be having mainly men's raw open competitors from the 82 class. So
up next
far,
on platform 1, we have Owen, who is running low on time.
right now, having some of our Teen 1 lifters go up. Starting off with their squat event.
And Owen hitting his opener.
Platform 2 waiting up on Nathan, opening at 165 on the squat.
And up next on platform 1, we have Braden with 180 keys on the bar.
Some big openers here for our teen lifters.
Solid walkout.
Nathan here getting ready to start his lift.
Big brace, hits depth, and walks it back in. And what do the refs say?
Easy opener.
2 white lights, and that's all you need.
3 whites for Nathan. Heading into some big openers now here on platform 2 with 200 kilos by 10. 200 kilos, 441 pounds, massive opener here. And looking ahead in the flight, as I said, 82 and the 90 division for our men's lifters. This is where you're going to see some of the strongest lifters from a body weight to weight perspective.
Samuel on platform 1 with an easy opener. That moved really fast.
Very fast over here.
Speed.
lot of our lifters shooting for numbers that seem very quick, maybe too easy.
But it's always good to go conservative with your squat openers.
Definitely. Ken there hits his squat. 2 out of 3 white lights. 2 out of 3 is all you need again first attempt to squat. And while we're looking at these openers, we can briefly talk about what constitutes a successful squat.
So there's a few factors. So one, the main thing is you have to hip depth. But on the walkout, you have to have your legs straight before they give you the start command or the squat command.
Smokes his opener there.
Very fast. As Max Verstappen would say, do, 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 do. Max Verstappen. So, okay, either way, back to the squat. Once you hip depth and you lock it out, you have to end with your legs straightened. And that's what constitutes a successful squat.
Exactly. Ty there hitting 215 for his opener. And as a refresher, depth in powerlifting, basically USAPL rulebook is defined as having your hip crease go below where your knees are.
And Caden with a strong opener of 205. On platform 1, we have Yusuf coming up with 225. Big opener. We're getting to the big weights.
Thomas here. Thomas in the new SBD Aspire singlet. Seeing a lot of cargo singlets here today. With Yusuf in the Get Better Today singlet too. Thomas smokes 227.5.
Wow.
That is, folks, for context, 227.5 kilos in pounds. That's the big 501.
It is the big 501.
That is the big 500-pound opener, which is ridiculous.
Inflation's real up in here. And Yusuf, 225,
wow.
Smokes that.
You can tell, you know, for junior and open lifters, these lifters are ridiculously strong.
They are locked in, as they say nowadays.
Chris walking out.
Chris with
very high.
Is this the American A7 singlet?
It is. Chris with quite a high belt position here.
Very interesting. I maybe know one other guy that would put his belt that high.
Hey, if it works, it works.
But if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Game is game, as they say.
Game is indeed game. And as you can see here, our spotters are trying to fix the combo rack. Once again, shout out to our spotters and loaders taking their time out to help us this weekend. Help us run smoothly. For such a long flight, we did it extremely quickly.
And Malachi about to time out. And I believe Malachi has timed out.
And then Donald here smokes his opener of 230, 507 right there. Very well done. A lot of these openers so far have been quite electric, quite fast. And I guess that brings us to the topic, Eric, of what do you think is a good selection for an opener and squat?
The way I've always approached squat is first attempt should always move fast, because I think squat mentally is one of the scariest things to do, especially on your opener. You see the crowd, nerves are really high, and so you always want to be confident with your first attempt.
Definitely agreed. I think that's all that we've been seeing here today. First lift of the competition. Want to start with a statement.
Connor with good depth, wide stance.
Undeniable there. Leandro in the emerald green A7 singlet. I have not seen this color today.
I think that's the first time.
First time. 232.5.
He hits depth.
Very easy there. Not gonna lie, a lot of these 82s on these platforms definitely, as you can see, looking at LiftingCast, taking some big jumps coming up ahead.
And we will not spoil those jumps for y'all yet.
Not yet at all. Although if you want to keep up with it for yourself, head to liftingcast.com if you want to keep up and check on your favorite lifter might be lifting.
Turk with 235 on the bar. And a good opener on platform 1.
Ashton Goodness, 232.5.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. in the high top of Ancus is definitely a choice to do powerlifting. Go on, Ashton.
I see it.
Oh my
With
goodness.
big depth. Good
oh my
depth.
goodness, as one could say. Undeniable depth there in the Titan singlet.
Indiana with 245. We are entering mid-5 territory.
These are opening squats in the mid-5s. These are ridiculous. As Arnold Castro, I believe Mr. Captain Philippines himself.
Indiana with a solid opener.
250 for Arnold Castro.
Is that also the new SBD t-shirt?
Yep, in the new SBD Aspire colorway t-shirt. And the Phantom SBD singlet, I must say.
That is a nice colorway.
Confident walkout here for Captain Philippines. Let's go.
Let's go. Quick squat.
Very quick
What would the
squat
judges
there.
say? 3 white lights. So far, most of the lifters have hit their first attempts.
Yeah, on platform 1, actually, platform 2 rather, our streak is continuing. Perfect lifts so far.
Kyle on platform 1, 270 kilos, big
Our
brace.
first near
Good depth.
600. Oh wow.
And pops out of the
270.
hole. It looks a little shaky, but it looks like he caught
Might
himself.
have been too
Maybe
powerful. Justin here.
he probably has a high vertical.
Very high vertical, I would bet. Justin Hizik, sorry if I butchered that. Justin with 260, that is 573. Easy walkout here. Now, we're seeing a lot of our lifters here vary between choice of stance width, grip width, as Justin smokes his opener, and heels versus flats.
There's
So
a big debate about that.
What is the choice there, Eric?
Choice, and you will hear us say this a lot during the stream, it is all preference and what works for your leverages.
Definitely.
And at the end of the day, whatever the lifter considers comfortable is what they should go with.
I agree.
And on platform 2, Morgan Chan.
On platform 1, as Aiden smokes his second of 165.
Aiden Maldonado, 165 kilos.
Very well
Moved
done, Aiden.
buttery.
And Morgan Chan here taking his opener of 260. Mr. Mipi Mupu.
Meepy Moopy.
Mipi Mupi, I'm sorry, as he likes to be referred to.
What does that mean? What do you think that means?
No idea, but we decided to shout him out. And that is,
He smokes that.
that is a ridiculously fast opener. Definitely has at least 10, 15 keys per second, I'd say.
Faster than some U.S. sprinters, I'd say.
Oh yeah. Blink and you'll miss it. And that is 2 out of 3.
We got Braden with his second attempt. Will he make it look easy? Hits depth.
Very
He
nice.
grinds, and that's a good lift, I think.
And to cap off our openers,
The refs
platform 2,
agree.
we have Joseph with 280. That is our first 600 plus opener, and not only is it 600 plus, 280. I'm pretty sure that's 618.
I
I'll have to
believe
double check
so.
that math,
Let's
but-
do the math. 618. That is 617.29.
617 pounds in opener is ridiculous as an 82 kilo lifter.
And Owen on platform 1 with 192.
And Joseph
A little above
walks it out.
420. Owen with a solid second attempt.
Definitely kilos in the tank there.
Joseph with a solid opener. From the front, it looked a little bit high, but we'll see what the refs say.
See what the refs say. It looks like it is
It is a
3
depth
reds
call.
there, or 2 reds rather. 2 red cards there for the depth infraction. Now, getting a red light can be attached with 3 different types of infractions for each lift.
So there's the yellow card,
There's a yellow, blue, and there is
red.
the
And so yellow is for soft knees, which means your knees were not locked out all the way. And then a blue card infraction would be if the lifter would take a step.
red is obviously for depth.
I apologize, it is the other way around. Blue is soft knees or any form of downward motion. Yellow is changing your foot stance or footprint as you are squatting. And Samuel did not hit a second attempt.
On depth as well. Stewart here, 105 with
105.
ease. Honestly, could have been your opener, if you ask me. That's what you have to say. 3 whites. is a good lift.
Silas. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. With 200 on the bar, 441.
Benson here. Waiting. Spotters are checking the bar.
With good depth.
A little slow.
Let's see what the
there.
refs say. It's a little bit of a grind, but he gets 3 white lights.
Benson here unracking 137.5 kilos.
Caden with
Sinks it.
212.
Very well done.
What's
Very
on?
well done, man.
How do you feel about a very narrow grip on low bar squat?
I think it's very hard for most people to pull off, but if you have the mobility, it's definitely worth it. As
Caden with the grind.
7.5.
Let's see what the
kilos
refs say.
Yeah.
2 white lights. That is all you need.
And Nathan getting ready, 170. Great, amazing to see super young lifters here. Team one, a lot of team one lifters here. 170 on the bar for Nathan.
Malachi retaking his first attempt of 512 pounds, or 232.5 kilos. Just a little refresher, Malachi timed down on his first attempt.
So yes, as a rule, for those who aren't aware, you cannot go down in weight after a missed attempt. You have to stay the same weight. So weight selection, obviously super important here in powerlifting. And that's why we have handlers and coaches.
Yes, they do a lot of the
off.
mental work.
A lot of the mental work there. I'm sure a lot of our athletes here have.
Malachi with good depth.
Very well done.
Executed very well. And the refs give him 3 white lights. And so in that case where you retake your first attempt, what do you do for your third?
Honestly, it depends. I think you have to sort of readjust your expectations for a third attempt. Some people I think are capable of sending their planned third with a big jump if they're feeling the adrenaline. Sometimes take your second planned attempt in the warm-up room. It's all situational, but I think we might see some change in the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
As Ken takes a 20-kilo jump.
Oh, wow, that looked like an
Ken,
opener.
Opener?
Opener. Yusuf making a 12.5 kilo jump.
Seeing some big jumps here. And I think we're going to see that today.
We're going to see a lot of it.
Classes, a lot of big jumps on squat and probably deadlift. Rocking with the headband.
Yusuf with 523 pounds, 237.5 kilos.
That's
GPT
high.
singlet.
Stepping on platform too. All white Titan singlet.
Yusuf did not.
Get out of the hole there. Tough sticking point. Let's see if he takes it again. And tie. Balanced and
with a
strong.
Good
Perfect
squat.
Perfect
strong
second.
squat.
So second attempt selection there.
Next up on platform 1, we have Turk with 247 kilos.
Ridiculous. As Chris is taking 240 in here as well. We are pushing to the low to mid 500-pound ranges right now. And we haven't even reached our third attempts yet.
Yeah.
So
and this is also just the first flight, so we're in for some huge squats later.
huge squats ahead. The pure squatting strength here is ridiculous. As
Turk with great depth.
Oh, yeah, Turk.
The ref's got to give him 3 white lights. There you go.
Chris taking his time. I think one great thing is that watching all of our lifters today, they really have mastered the fundamentals of a good squat.
Yes.
If you think about what matters,
They make every rep look the same.
every
grind looks the same as their easy reps.
What would you say are some fundamentals in the squat that you're seeing a lot of our lifters demonstrate? I would say a good shelf. They're all taking their time.
Good shelf.
To get their back tight.
Foot width.
Foot width, yeah. Grip brace. They're all taking really good braces. That's why you see the different belts here.
And like we said earlier, it's all preference with the kind of belt you
All
want to use.
A lot of our lifters here rocking some stiffer to less stiff knee sleeves too, depending on their
And
preference.
Indiana with a grind.
Indiana with 255.
I wonder how much he'll go up. I think he has about like
At least 5 kilos.
5 kilos.
In him. Thomas, 245, 540 pounds for his second attempt.
Up next on platform 1, got Connor.
Thomas with the 110% competition. Shout out 110%.
Their pre-workout has gotten me through many difficult workouts. That was a strong squat.
Very well done for Thomas. I think he definitely has some room to take. Probably another 12.5.
Connor with a very wide stance. That moved just as easy as his opener.
And Leandro here taking 245 as well. Step next on the bar. And, you know, speaking about equipment and Leandro the Emerald A7, shout out A7 for making some amazing competition gear. They have a stand here at the venue, so if you are looking to get a competition t-shirt or any merchandise, check it out. So they're one of the presenting sponsors of Raw Nationals, so we appreciate you, A7. Thank you once again for supporting USMPL Raw Nationals.
And Kyle on platform 1.
We got some units
600 plus pounds.
Leandro sinks it and easy squat there.
Good brace, good sink. And he gets it up. The refs say 3 white lights.
Very well done.
On platform 1, we're now getting to our 3rd attempts. And so I think it's time we break out the animal references.
What Eric is referring to here is because these weights are just so
they're astronomically high.
It is sometimes nice to visualize exactly how heavy these things actually are, the weight that's being squatted right now. As we have
Aiden
with 247.5 ready.
Squatting the weight of an adult lion.
That's kind of crazy.
A good squat.
Very well
and he
done
gets
there.
that done. Gets the job done.
Shout out Aiden for the pink accented socks. And Ashton, what a good second. Oh my goodness.
Wow, he made that move. Braden up next on platform 1 with 195 kilos.
So far, very few missed attempts. On platform 2, actually not a single missed attempt.
Just one.
Joseph's for depth. But nothing on strength so far from what I've seen on platform 2. Very nice selection.
We got Braden with 195 keys on the bar. The weight of a bottlenose dolphin. Can he squat his 3rd attempt as fast as a dolphin can swim?
I think it'll be faster. Donald here.
It's aerodynamic. Good depth. Come on.
What a fight by Braden.
Good fight. Good fight. What do the refs say?
And Donald gets ready for 551.
3 white lights. And Donald with the easy 2nd attempt.
Jumping out with 250 there. And Donald's got some cannons.
That was a cannon.
Yeah. Some pure squatting strength there with that.
Samuel taking the same weight as a 2nd attempt. 195 kilos on the bar. Will he be able to redeem himself?
And Arnold here getting ready to take 265, 585 pounds for the second.
He hits depth. Comes up. 3 white lights. Good job, Samuel.
Come on, Arnold.
Silas up next on platform 1.
Very well done for a second. Very good attempt selection.
205 kilos.
Would reckon he has 5 or so, 5 or 7 and a half kilos in the tank there.
Silas with 205 kilos on the bar. 452 pounds. And what is that? An animal weight. A giant forest hog.
As Justin walks out here.
Sinks it?
275.
And shout out to the spotters for catching any of the failed lifts.
Keeping our lifters very safe here, for sure. Justin takes his brace, sinks 275.
And grinds it out.
A little bit of a grind.
Great
I don't know
squat.
how much more he has in the tank, but
Owen on platform 1 with 207 kilos. And I believe that's 458 pounds. 457 pounds. Good sink. Can he get it? Grind? Come on. Oh, good job,
catch.
spotters. Unfortunately, he did not hit his third.
Morgan here getting ready to walk out to 618, 280 kilos on platform 2. Mr. Meepy Mufu.
And on Meepy Moopy. Caden on platform 1, 215 kilos.
Let's go, Morgan. Takes his time to set up here.
Caden about to squat 474 pounds. The same weight as a pygmy hippopotamus.
Very well
And
done.
he can squat a pygmy hippopotamus, but do the refs think the same? And no, they don't. He did not get his third attempt
Morgan
due
nails
to
the
depth.
second attempt there. Taking a 20 kilo jump. Didn't pay off there. He gets 1 red, still a good lift. Same side as his opener, actually. Let's see what he has in store for his third. As Joseph hits our heaviest squat of the day at 290.
290 is crazy.
650 pounds, I believe, almost.
It is 639 pounds.
640
But
pounds.
still,
my bad.
that's crazy.
Still a ridiculous amount of weight here as he
Yus-
wraps up our seconds.
Yusuf about to retake the same weight as a second attempt. And can he hit it, and can he redeem himself?
Come on, Joseph.
Come on, Yusuf.
The black and red colorway and the headband. I'm rocking with the headband.
Honestly,
I like it with both their headbands.
I think
I'm rocking with
headband should
both
make a
their
comeback.
Headband should make a comeback. Come on, Joseph. Sinks it.
Sinks
Looks
it.
like it was a little deeper this time. See what the
It's
rest
going to be
is.
a little iffy, I think.
Ah,
Another depth call.
still 3 reds on depth.
The strength is there, though.
Strength is there. I'll be curious to see whether he goes up or retakes the same weight.
Yusuf.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking the third attempt.
And see, I think that illustrates beautifully what having a fast squat can do.
Right.
Sometimes, if you hit the balance perfectly, you will blow up a squat. But if
You
you
get-
bounce it off even just a little bit, it can be tough.
It can throw you off, and maybe like a little misgroove, which is
misgroove.
probably what happened on the second attempt.
That's what I'm thinking. So good job, Yusuf, there to recover. As we open up with thirds here with Stewart. 110 here.
Come on, Stewart.
Platform 3.
110 kilos.
And shout out the Masters lifters again. Showing
Exactly.
still perform at a high level here.
And that looked very easy.
Well, that was definitely easy. Amazing strength there. And Stewart
And he
closes
got
out
2
squats.
white lights. Now Malachi jumping up to 250 kilos.
I think he has this.
551 pounds.
You might notice a lot of our lifters, their backs and hands are chalked up. That's obviously there to help them grip the bar. Chalk is a powerlifter's best friend, I would say.
Number 1 best friend.
Number 1 best friend.
Number 2 is the belt.
Number 2 is the belt, yeah.
He hits depth. Can he
Come
get it? Come
on!
on! A great catch by the
Valiant
spotters.
effort there. Benson!
Wow, what a grind.
Grinds
That was a
it
good
out.
lift.
Amazing work, Benson.
And the refs agree. Turk with 255 kilos on the bar.
562.
562 pounds.
Turk, the only person I've seen so far in that red slash, like, I guess it's red.
It looks red from here.
Titan singlet.
I've actually never seen that one.
Little throwback to one of the
Throwback to
first
the
lifting
Titan
bands,
era.
Yeah. As Nathan gets ready for his third of 396 pounds, 180 keys, just shy of 400.
Good brace. Hits depth, and he couldn't grind it out.
Just gets tipped forward.
Good
there.
effort, though.
Good effort.
Most of these third attempts have been pretty
I would
good
say
selections.
Pretty well selected, honestly. Nathan
with a nod of approval.
And the shout. Good job, Nathan. 396 as a teen one. The future is very bright.
The future is good.
There is a
When I was a teen one, I was at home, just do my homework, eating Cocoa Puffs for breakfast.
Bro. 600 by juniors. I'm telling you. Indiana here being asked to roll his knee sleeves.
260 kilos on the bar. Does he have it?
230 for Ken. 507 here.
260 kilos. Just for reference, that is almost the weight of a gray seal.
Ken with 507 on his back.
His depth, and no, he could not squat it.
Ken takes a big brace here. Push it. Okay.
Oh my,
Ken.
wow.
So in powerlifting, we have this term called sandbagging. It's when you make this lift look really easy.
Right.
Ken, I think you just sandbagged because all three of those lifts look like you're opening.
I agree. He definitely sandbagged his squats.
He is both insanely strong and leaving us wondering what he has in the tank. But still well done there.
Connor with 272.5 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure breaking the 601 barrier there. And Ty here with 237 kilos, 523 pounds.
Connor about to squat a Mediterranean monk seal.
You were mentioning animals I don't even know.
Good depth, and he squats it.
And Ty fighting for
What
it.
do the refs say?
That was
3
solid.
white lights.
That was good from our angle.
Connor is all hyped.
Good lift for Ty as well.
Kyle up next on platform 1, 285 kilos.
And Chris here with 250, 551 pounds here. Let's see what he has in store.
628 pounds for Kyle.
And Chris, huge unrack here. The belt is high, but the squat is low. Can he push it? Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see if it was up and down.
And Kyle
And he gets the lift. Well done, Chris.
with the easy squat, and as you say, he sandbagged that.
He did sandbag that. Kyle also hitting his third squat. Well done to our lifters here. Leandro up next with 255.
And now we're on to our next flight on platform 1.
Starting to wrap up with our fight here on platform 2.
Finnegan opening with 150 kilos on platform 1, 331 pounds.
Now, Leandro walking out. $255 here.
Finnegan with a very wide stance.
Pushes. Can he break through?
Hits depth like it's
Very
nothing.
well
Squats that like
done,
it's nothing.
Leandro.
And that deserves 3 white lights from the refs.
And that is a meat PR for Leandro. Previous best was 556. He just broke that with 562. Well done.
Owen with 170 on the bar.
Thomas walking out to 257 here.
Owen with a strong walkout.
Also a competition.
Big brace, hits depth, and smokes the opener.
Thomas taking his time here. Shout out the mustache on Thomas.
That's a very, very handsome mustache.
I will say. Handsome mustache and a handsome squat here.
Come on, let's go.
Very easy. Well, not very good for a third, I would say. And he secures the meet PR there. And he is happy. There we go.
Let's get hype.
Looks like the spotter knows him there maybe, but he is hyped.
And Lev, 172.5. Solid sink, solid squat. And he gets 3 white lights.
Donald here, 5, 262 and a half.
Benjamin up next with 175 kilos on the bar.
578 pounds. Walks it out. Based on his second attempt, he should have this. Might be tough.
Will he?
He sinks it. Can he put?
Wow.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh,
Oh
what a
my
grind.
goodness. There we go. What a way to
He
hold.
was dancing.
What a way to hold position. Third attempt.
And Benjamin with 175 on platform 1. So what goes into a successful meet day, do you think?
Definitely preparation beforehand. Gotta sleep. You gotta eat right. If you're cutting into the class, you gotta think about what you're doing from that perspective.
And
Zero stress.
Right.
Hopefully.
And Benjamin with the solid squat. Very, very patient looking squat.
Yeah, very patient with the squat. Ashton with 262 and a half. Getting ready to walk out here as we're entering the high 5s, probably low 6s, mid 6s squats.
Big brace. Strong walkout. And we got Sean on platform 1 with 180. Big brace. Hits depth. Easy opener. And Ashton with a grind.
Very well done, Ashton.
Come on, let's go. Very well done. What's 262 kilos? Or what animal? That's a gray seal.
Arnold here getting ready to walk out to 272 and a half kilos. That's 601, 601 pounds.
And Hugo West with his first attempt, 192.5 kilos.
Oh yeah.
An easy opener. Maybe moved a little bit slow.
Might have been nerves.
It could have been nerves too. You never know what can happen.
Arnold here walks out. 601.
Christian with 195
Oh,
on the bar.
Arnold
Come on,
pushes through.
Arnold.
Just misses it on positioning. Very tough. Could have gone either way. Still very worthwhile fighting.
Christian with 195. A little bit slow of an opener, but we'll see what happens. Maybe he's just one of those grinding squatters.
Grinding squatters, yeah.
Yeah.
As we push deeper into the 600s here, Justin taking 280, taking the 5 kilograms based on the second, which I think is good. The second looked a little slow. Nothing too much to dramatic. Justin, 280 is 618.
Riley with 215 on the bar. 474 pounds. Strong squat, hits depth.
Justin
And a
fighting
very
for
grindy
280.
first attempt.
Yeah,
Riley,
that looked good to me. It was good to the judges. What a grind, what a fight.
a grind on
Very well done.
both platforms. Riley had a little bit of a grind for his first attempt,
And
but it's okay, he's on the board.
Morgan gets ready for 287.5 kilos.
Will he be meepy or will he be moopy?
Which one, Morgan?
Which one?
Decide. $287.5 kilos here for Morgan. Huge squat.
Jackson with 474 pounds on his bar, 215 kilos. Big brace. Makes it look easy, but did he hit depth? And no, he did not.
I believe this will be a huge meet PR for Morgan. Previous best is 600. Well past that.
With a big brace.
Come on, Morgan.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
That was
Definitely
like
had some in the tank there. Very well done. Very
well
good
done.
attempt selection overall.
And there's a thing called RPE, rate of perceived exertion. Can you tell us more what that is, UB?
For sure. I think RPE is what we use with powerlifters to rank how difficult a lift is.
And Keller with, he
if there was
just
a
smokes
negative
his.
number for that,
Yeah, that would be
probably
RPE -9.
but we use that as a way to rank how difficult lifts are to us. So in training, we can make sure we don't cross too far
Right.
over our numbers. But it's a good way to sort of track where you are. As Joseph here caps off our heaviest squat of this first flight, platform 2.
And he has to hit this or else he will bomb out.
And for context, bombing out is what we refer to as when you do not register a successful lift in one event, whether it's a squat, bench, or deadlift at a comp. So he has to hit this for his total to register.
And Roger
Sinks it.
smokes his first attempt.
Joseph might be good here. Oh, and unfortunately, it is 2 reds there, so that lift does not count.
So he has bombed out, unfortunately.
Joseph has unfortunately bombed out. However, there is the rest of the meat still there. There's always a chance to still secure a meet PR for your own personal progress. As we head on to our second flight here on platform 2, starting at 147.5 kilos.
Jared with 227 on the bar.
Heading into our 90 kilo lift, it's a little heavier, so might expect to see some bigger squats potentially.
He sinks his first attempt. Makes it look easy. Just how a first attempt should move.
Calvin here getting ready for 147.5, another master speed lifter. Big brace.
Up next on platform 1, we have Georgia's very own John.
Very
Now,
nice squat there.
I've known John for a while, and it's kind of amazing to see the progress he's made over the past couple of years.
Definitely, John.
And now finally on the national stage.
Started out as a wee little, barely 75 lifter at True Born. And look at him now. He's a 90.
He's a man now.
Oh, yeah. As Ernest is up next on
Team
platform
3
2.
doesn't do him justice. With a big brace, hits depth, and makes it look easy.
Oh, yeah.
3 white lights.
Ernest here getting ready for 187.5 kilos. Just around 412, 413.
Alexander next on platform 1 with 235 kilos, which is crazy how all these openers are just teen 3s. And they're opening above 500.
18 to 19-year-olds starting off a squat above 500. We're experiencing squatflation.
Squatflation is real.
Squatflation is real. You know, you're not squatting 800. No, but in all seriousness, I think this speaks to the level of competition that we see in nationals.
And just what can the human body naturally achieve?
Of course, I think a lot of people
That's
who aren't in powerlifting, even in powerlifting, would think a 500-pound squat at this weight class, or in general, is elite. It is elite. We're seeing our lifters hit that today as Justin Smith. 507 here as a Masters 1 lifter. Oh my goodness.
Alexander with a little bit of a shaky walkout. Let's see what he can do. Hits depth and makes the squat look easy.
It's way too fast.
Refs give him 3 white lights. So far on the first attempt, they've only had 1 failed attempt. And for those of you at home, we have a thing called LiftingCast, which projects totals and shows what attempts that people have next. Completed lifts are in green, failed lifts are in red. And right now, it looks like a very clear green pasture on LiftingCast for our first attempt squats. Alex with 245 kilos on the bar.
Gabriel with 232, and he smokes that for his opener.
Big brace. Hits depth. Easy opener.
These are some ridiculous squats right now.
Moving on to our second attempt on squat for platform 1.
Still on openers here for platform 2. This flight is deep as we have Matthew here at 235.
And I just want to say shout out to the loaders because they have to move a lot of plates, and that is very rough on the hands.
So quick right now, yeah.
Yeah. The meet is very dependent on how fast the spotters and loaders move, and they make this meet move as efficiently as possible.
Matthew there smokes his. 235, 500 and
Finnegan with 162.5 kilos on the bar. $358 pounds. Hits depth. Very easy squat. Very identical to his first.
we got Zuriel out here. Zoo, a North Carolina native. Shout out. I've seen him train at Hardwood Training Performance as a fellow North Carolina native. And definitely super strong individual. Excited to see the story.
Up next, we have Lev on platform 1 with 182.5 kilos on the bar.
Come on, Zoo. Sinks it. Smokes his opener there.
A big squat from Lev. Can he hit 402 pounds? Hits the squat. Gets through a sticking point, and what do the refs say? 2 white lights.
As Wesley's up next, 245 keys, just shy of 551, taking a 540 pound opener here. And the SBD Reflect colorway. Seeing a lot more colorful SBDs than what's lately.
Owen, second attempt of 182.5 kilos. Solid unrack, solid walkout. Hits depth, and wow, he smoked
Wesley
that.
has to retake his lift here. Not sure what it was for. Waiting for the command. Retakes his lift.
And Gino showing off the shirt in style.
Gino always fashionable.
Very beloved in the powerlifting community. And Benjamin with 185 on the bar. That is 408 pounds. Let's see what you got, Benjamin.
And Jared up next with 255 kilos, 562 pounds for his opener. Very heavy opener.
Benjamin hits depth, grinds, and could not get it. Good job to the spotters. And now in that case, when you fail a second attempt like that, you almost have it. Do you go up or do you stay the same, UV?
I think we stay the same, especially at a national level meet. I think it's worth securing the total, not risking it unless you are absolutely sure it was a silly mistake or fixable. Jared smokes his opener there. One of our wider squatters today.
Joker and the Thief playing in the background. It's starting to get hype in here.
Yeah.
Sean with 190 on the bar. 419 pounds. Makes that look easy.
Caden walking out to 255 as well in the orange and black.
I think that's the first time we've seen that colorway today.
Oh yeah, this like Halloween
Decked
colorway.
out.
And the orange heels too. Okay, I like the commitment.
You know what I like about A7? There's the phrase, fashion over function.
Oh yeah.
But A7, has fashion and function.
He said it has everything.
Now,
Tatum
Hugo
braces.
West with 205 kilos on the bar.
Very steady squat for Hayden.
Looking confident. Come on. What a grind.
What a fight.
That's a fight. Now, that's a very common sticking point for many people on squat.
Yep.
At that midpoint. And there's a lot of different exercises that you can do to combat that. But
several, yeah. Christopher walks out to 257.5 here. Virus singlet. First virus singlet I've seen so far today.
Christian with a second attempt of 452 pounds or 205 kilos. Let's see what he has.
Big brace.
Hits the squat. It looked a tad bit high from the front. And the refs gave him 3 red lights because of depth.
Pushing past the 260 range here. Hector with 260 kilograms or 572 pounds. 573 pounds.
We got Riley
And Gino
with
showing off his bling.
The bling.
Oh yeah.
Riley with 485 pounds on the bar, 220 kilos. Solid walkout.
As Hector walks out and greets our spotters.
Wow. I think Riley smoked that. A lot faster than his first attempt.
Definitely.
But the refs give him 3 reds due to depth.
Hector braces. Little slow for an opener, but confident he has more than 10 for his next 2 attempts.
Jackson with 222.5 on the bar. I believe that is 491 pounds. And on his first attempt, he missed due to depth. So I guess he is confident that he can do this with depth.
For sure, for sure.
And I'm confident too. Oh, much better squat.
Oh yeah.
And what do the refs say? 3 white lights.
As Elgin walks out to 262.5 kilos for his opener in the black and red A7.
That kind of goes hard.
You know,
it's like a
keep
superhero
the red
kind of
socks.
thing.
I'm not gonna let that. You know, I'm noticing the details. He's paying attention. That he's master racked the weight, and he's been asked to redo his wrist wraps. So, as a rule, you cannot have your wrist wraps, I believe, extend and touch the bar.
It cannot touch the bar and cannot
push the
extend
bar.
past a certain point on your hand.
Exactly. So they have been asked to rewrap it there, or for having the thumb loops. Thumb loops is pretty common.
And we have Jared on platform 1 with 237.5 kilos, or I believe 523 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, wow. What are they feeding these teens nowadays? Do you know?
Something. Too much.
If you're a parent of one of these teens, please tell me what you're feeding your
tell
child. I want to be strong too.
Calvin. Opening up our seconds here on flight D on platform 2 with 152.5 kilos.
We have Keller with 240 kilos on the bar.
529 pounds. Wow.
That is crazy.
152 kilos here for Calvin.
Big brace. Hits depth. Makes that look easy. Refs give him 3 white lights.
Come on, Calvin.
Roje making a 15 kilo jump, so about
Braces.
30.
Squats it. Can you push it up?
Come on, Calvin.
Very well done, Calvin.
Roje with 529 pounds on the bar.
These are some ridiculous second attempts. I'm not going to hold you.
Big brace.
Sing
Oh, wow.
Oh. Okay.
That's what you call a spring.
That is a spring.
A spring-loaded human being.
Perfect tension there. Perfect execution.
Now up next we have John with 245 kilos on the bar. That is 540 pounds for a second attempt. 15 kilo jump is pretty big for a jump.
Pretty big jump there. I can anticipate what he's trying to do.
Ernest
smokes 200 there for a second. Honestly, great selection. Definitely has more to tank for his third.
Let's see what John has.
As Justin gets ready for 240. John takes his brace.
Big brace. Hits depth. Let's see what the refs say.
John might be onto something here.
I think he is. I think those 5 Chipotle bowls a day is doing something.
Yeah, good.
It's
Well
doing
done,
some
John.
work. Good job, John. We're proud of you.
Justin here with 240. His opener was really smooth. I believe his second will be just the same. Justin, one of our rare lifters here, opting for a thumbless grip on the squat.
The thumbless grip. So for those of you at home,
He's an aster.
the reason why we do a thumbless grip, and on platform one we have Alex with 250 kilos, smokes it. But the reason why people do a thumbless grip is because of a couple reasons. You can have wrist pain that comes up or elbow pain. And so what the thumbless grip does changes, I guess, the trajectory of how your bones are angled and makes it at a more comfortable position.
Justin smokes his second there. Even after been having to re-rack it, but it's a low lift there.
We got Alex up next on platform 1.
Justin getting 2 reds there for a no lift, and it's
255 pounds, 255 kilos, I apologize, and 562 pounds.
the blues for our last lift on platform 2 may have been for soft knees. Most likely soft knees.
Let's see what Alex
Matthew
got.
with 245 here.
Alex sinks it. And a good squat. Very calm squat.
Very
Calm lifter.
Very chill guy.
So nonchalant.
And Matthew hits a second there. A little tougher than his opener, but I believe he has, I would say, about 2.5 to maybe 7.5 kilos. Maybe 2.5 to 5 kilos.
Finnegan making a 10 kilo jump for his third attempt.
Gabriel here taking 245 for his second.
And now we've gotten to third attempts, I think it's time we pull out our animal references once again. Finnegan is squatting the weight of a lion.
Gabriel hits his second there, 245 kilos.
Finnegan hits depth and
yeah.
smokes that squat. Finnegan probably had like another 5 to 10 kilos in him.
And Zareel here with 250 kilos, not 250 pounds. 550 pounds actually, 551.
Don't disrespect Zoo like that.
I can't be doing that. In the all purple.
Benjamin with 185 kilos, retaking what he took for his second attempt.
Come on, Zareel. No doubt he'll smoke his second here.
Benjamin about to squat the weight of a
Very
sandbar.
easy second.
Do you know what a sandbar is?
Good lift for Zoo.
See, come on, Benjamin. Hit
Get
step.
redemption.
Oh.
Looks like he must not have the strength on the day, unfortunately. Wesley taking a 15 kilo jump to 260 here on a second. 573 pounds.
Up next, we have Lev on platform 1.
Wesley.
taking 187 kilos. Otherwise known as 413 pounds.
Wesley braces. Sinks it.
Big brace by Lev. Sinks it. Come on, Lev.
Come on!
He's grinding, he's grinding, he's grinding.
What a fight.
Wow.
What a fight.
Come on. That was a great fight. I've never seen a grind like that.
Way to stick with it and not lose position. That is insanely difficult to do.
That's what you call lion mentality. And he's got that dog in him.
He's got that line. As Hector here is going to have to retake 260.
Owen with 187, 413 pounds. Can he squat it? He's made his first 2 attempts look pretty easy. Big brace. Sinks it. Ah, I think he sank it a little too much.
A little too much, maybe. Hector sinks it.
And a good squat.
Let's see if the judges agree if that was depth.
It looked like depth from the front, and the
whites.
refs do agree.
Eric brings up a good point here in the squat. You know, dive bombing the hole too fast isn't a good idea.
It is not.
Just lose all tension there, especially with weight this heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have some tension to bring it back up, pretty much.
You do have to have some control of the bar, like even if it's just like 2%.
Now you can see a full range of squats here.
And then Sean sinks it.
Oh yeah.
It makes 200 kilos look easy, 441 pounds. And the refs give him 3 white lights.
Here as Kyle takes 270 for a second. Now did you know that this is actually the 17th Raw Nationals that the USAPL has?
Really?
Yeah, it's.
When did it start?
It was 2008.
2008?
Pretty close to like the 20th anniversary of
Okay.
Raw Nationals, but this year's Raw Nats has almost 900 lifters.
That's amazing to think that there's this many crazy strong human beings. And Christian with 205 kilos on the bar.
Jared smokes 270 here.
And what do the refs say?
Unfortunately,
he did not hit depth.
Caden ready for 270 on platform.
Platform 2. Hugo up next with 207 kilos on the bar, 458 pounds. The weight of a southern sea lion.
Caden with 250 here. Now, the heaviest squat we've seen today so far is 287.5 kilos. I'm wondering if that'll be broken at all in some of our...
The potential is there.
Potential is there. Caden braces, sinks it.
Sinks it, makes it look
wow.
easy.
Something is so satisfying about that squat.
That was a very,
balance.
very, very pretty squat.
Very pretty, perfect balance. As if it is on a Smith machine pretty much.
Yeah.
Complete fixed. And Elgin up here next with 272.5 kilos. His opener was, he had to retake it, I believe because of his wrist wraps. This time it looks like he's good.
They're pretty low on his wrists.
Pretty low on his wrist.
I really like his singlet. The red just pops.
Yeah, he's
it's like very subtle accent.
If we're doing like fashion ratings,
yes.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Amazing work. And Elgin pushes it, and he has a bit more of a high bar position,
right.
I would say.
I think I would just consider that high bar.
And Riley here up to take 220. And we're seeing a lot more masters lifters, I think, compared to the other weight classes. I would say.
Yes.
At least in the 82 and 90s. Good reminder that, you know.
But also 82 and 90 is the most popular weight class in the USAPL for men's.
Sort of, as Eric has mentioned before, just sort of where.
And Riley with 220.
Men's sizes.
What do the refs say? They give him 2 white lights. He got it. He redeemed himself.
Christopher with a 20 kilo, oh, not 20, 15 kilo jump to 272.5. He sinks it, pushes out of the hole amazingly. Very well done there for Christopher.
We got Jackson on platform 1.
No depth there.
He redeemed himself on his second squat and got himself on the board. And now he hit 227.5 kilos. This is a big squat. This is 502 pounds. Made it look easy. A tad bit high from the front. Got 2 reds, unfortunately.
Calvin here walking out to 157.5 kilos. Now Masters 3 lifter. He is, well I don't know his exact age, what to say. Hitting this weight as a 16-year-old is ridiculous.
That's
Hitting
insane.
this weight at any point in fitness is ridiculous. And he pushes. Can he
Come
fight
on.
through? Oh.
Good fight.
Very good fight.
We have Jared on platform 1, 242 kilos on the bar. That is about 536, 535 pounds. Can he get it? No. Good catch by the spotters.
Thank you to our spotters again. Once again, helping our lifters stay safe. Ernest taking 210 here. 2 times 162 pounds.
And we have Roger with 250 kilos or 550 pounds.
Oh yeah, Ernest locked in there, psyching himself up. Let's see what he has here for a story.
Roger with 250, 550 pounds. The weight of a Malayan taper.
And Ernest smokes 210 there. So far, for a 10 selection, we've been seeing very few misses.
They have all been very good at
So
attempt
once
selections.
again, shout out to our handlers and coaches here, or whoever, even our athletes. Some of our athletes
Right.
might be doing it themselves, which if you are, that is insane. That is
Like
so much to deal with.
the
on
amount
the
of
gym.
mental gymnastics you have to jump through because you won't have anyone giving you any frame of reference.
You're taking care of everything.
Yeah,
It's
and you have to
very
go
impressive.
purely based off of feel.
As we have Justin here getting ready for 240 again.
We have John with his 3rd attempt on squat, 252.5 kilos. And I believe this might be a meet PR for him if he hits it.
Most definitely. Come on, John, and come on, Justin. Justin sinks it. Come on. And that looks like a great third. For
John
me.
with a strong brace.
Great third.
Sinks it. Wow, he made that look easy. He's confident he has it, and the refs do agree with him. That is a squat PR for John in the meet. I believe in training he has about a 570 total, or 570 squat. Keller hyping himself up.
Matthew taking 252.5 kilos as well. 556.
Come on, Keller. A strong squat, a strong grind.
Squat by Matthew there.
What will the refs say? 3 white lights for Keller. I've been really impressed by 3rd attempt squats today. The amount of grinds that we've seen so far. I won't even say, at least in this flight, no one's sandbagged. And for those of you, sandbag means to, or I think Yuvi can put into better words than I can.
Sandbagging is a colloquial term we have in the powerlifting community just to say that, you know, something was way easier than you should have expected it to be. It's, if anything, it's a compliment.
Alex, 262.5 kilos. Makes it move like his 2nd attempt. 3 white lights for Alex.
Let's go, Gabriel. Strong, consistent, smooth. But no is something that when it comes to training, I think there are many things that make it scary.
Yeah. And Alex with a 17.5 kilo jump, finishing out our flight of squats on platform 1.
Zoo out here. Zoo with that positive energy, smile on his face. Showing love to the spotters here, getting ready to squat 262.5 kilos. Come on.
Alex is a Team 3, breaking the 600-pound barrier.
Man.
Can he squat it? Come on.
Oh my God, Alex, come on! Oh,
Okay.
what a catch. And Zoo
Good save by the
pushes.
spotters.
Very good call there for Zurio's third attempt squat. And I believe that wraps up squats for platform 1.
Yes, it does.
Head on to platform 2 to cap it off with our last few lifters. Once again, shout out to our spotters and loaders, because for the amount of lifters that just went up, that has to have been record time.
It probably was a record time because this, I think it started at around 12.
I need the spotting crew to be,
30.
There needs to be some sort of Guinness record check on this.
Oh, there has to be.
Ridiculously fast. But for real.
We'll put in a petition for next year.
Oh, yeah.
Bring the Guinness World
Once
Record
again,
book
thank you
people.
to our spotters, volunteers, our referees, and all other staff here on the venue for taking their time to help this event run as it can.
Wesley with a big third attempt.
Now I wonder, taking a look at some of the weights for our lifters in these last 2 fights, as Wesley braces,
Sinks it, and a strong squat. Wow.
Let's see what the refs say here. That's a good lift.
Very good.
Looking at our lifters here. Many of the lifters coming in right at weight. You see Ty came in at 82.45. Gabriel came in at 89.65. I reckon some of them probably had to have done some sort of cutting to get into weight. Maybe. Now, as you know, cutting into weight class, you'll see it a lot more and more at heavier weight classes too. And why is that, Eric? Why do we see people cut into weight classes?
From what I've seen, well, first, Elgin with he hit step on his squat.
I think that might be good.
I think that's good. That was faster than a second.
Hey, it's a good
2
lift.
white lights.
Let's go. Good lift.
But the reason why people cut into weight classes is because typically people like to train at a little bit of a heavier weight so they can get stronger.
Right.
And theoretically, mass moves mass, right? And so at a heavier weight, you'll squat more, bench more, deadlift more. And as meet time comes, I would say maybe about 2-3 days out, you'll do some sort of cut to make it into your weight class.
Whether it's a water cut or a gut cut, because of the way the human body works, we do hold a couple of pounds of water and food weight that we can sort of manipulate to get under that weight class. Again,
so it's maximizing strength.
Maximizing strength. Our competitors doing whatever they can. Jarrett taking his time to get composure. 277.5 kilos.
Some big weight.
Big brace here.
612 pounds.
People forget the core demand that it takes to be able to squat heavy and stabilize yourself. Come on, Jarrett, let's go. And Jarrett squatting 6'11" with ease. And Jarrett, he just squatted. Anybody squatting above 600 right now is essentially squatting with a grand piano on their back.
Just imagine.
Someone's playing Moonlight Sonata, and they're squatting the person playing Moonlight Sonata.
Have you ever tried to move a piano?
I haven't, no.
I have, and it is not easy. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And Jarrett with 277.
Feats as Jarrett takes 277.5.
Come on! And
what
he
a
grinds
push.
that out.
Let's see what the refs say here.
I think they should.
Oh,
he got a depth
looks
infraction.
like it's
It was a good fight, though.
2 reds on depth. Very well fought, however. Very well fought as
And we
are
have
heading into
2
our,
more lifters left in this flight.
as I believe it. Okay.
Jarrett
Hector-
getting hype.
I believe it's Hector. Next.
Oh, Hector. Oh, I guess the live stream is not up to
It's
date.
all right. We got.
It's okay.
Lifting
But we
cast.
have Hector lifting right now. Big brace.
Big brace for Hector here. 277 and a half.
Sinks
He
it.
pushes.
Push, push.
Unable
Good
to
catch
get to
by
that
the
sticking point.
spotters. And for our last lifter, we have Caden up next.
Is Caden capping out our flight on squats? Yes, he is.
With 280 kilos, the weight of a Indo-Pacific humpbacked dolphin.
Eric, I'm learning so much more about animals than I am about powerlifting. It doesn't get better than this. Eric is just plugging in endangered species. Jarrett aggressively.
With 617 pounds on his back.
Jarrett, big squat here in the Halloween colorway.
Sinks
And
it.
that squat is
wow,
scary.
That
Yep.
was easy.
Yep. Scary strong. I would reckon he has at least like another 5 kilos
I think so.
in the tank top end, but you never know what's there. He looks
Never know.
really happy though, so it must have been like a. Oh, it was 3 reds. He was frustrated. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
But
that
caps
rounds out
Yep.
our squats. And then we will have bench coming up in about 5 minutes on platform 1.
We'll be back with lifting in about 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes for platform 2 as we move on to bench. And we are back here with bench on platform 1. Day 2, session 2. Yes, day 2, session 2.
Thanks for letting me know.
90 kilo opener here, 198. Already opening up with above body weight. And it looks like they're just waiting to get everyone all. Fun fact about Atlanta: it has the worst, the worst traffic known to history. No, I'm kidding. Jokes aside, very rich history in Atlanta. You know, as a Georgia Tech tour guide myself, we actually hosted the '96 Olympics. People forget that Atlanta actually was a Olympics host. One of the bigger Summer Olympics too. Very nice, yes. Now as you see the bench press here. Oh yeah, the housing, the pool that they had there is actually what they used for the Olympics as well. Did you go to Georgia Tech? Oh wow. No way, bro. Another fun fact, many notable Atlanta residents you will see in media if you are a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. Ludacris. Luda. One of my favorite singers and also the favorite singer of my 5th grade music teacher, Usher. And yeah, I'm looking ahead at these openers. No spoilers, but you know, theoretically, I think if we amass these lifters and put them on land, they could carry a lot of animals with just their upper body. That was a very poorly constructed analogy, but Silas here with 115. 115 here as a teen 2. Talking about some really strong high schoolers. Yeah. Getting in the weight room early. You know, we're seeing on both sides of the spectrum people who have been, you know, teen 1, teen 2, teen 3 lifters lifting and getting strong really, really young. And also a lot of masters lifters who they may have also started later on, but they still are very strong.
Right. And that's a strong press. Very fast opener.
Very fast. I think it's inspirational to see how one of the beauties of powerlifting is that it's there for you across a lot of ages. And you can still do a lot.
And there's a great community behind powerlifting too.
Yeah. So if you're watching the stream and still on the fence about getting into powerlifting, get online, find a free program, run it, and you will never look back.
Just consistency is all that matters. And Aiden with 120 kilos on the bar.
Very
controlled.
Yeah. So
and a very nice soft touch too.
What are the rules for the bench press event that are unique or that make it different than the squat and the deadlift?
So I think for me, bench is probably the most technical lift in terms of the rules. So your feet have to be completely flat to the ability that your shoe can be in contact with the ground. Your butt has to be in contact with the bench at all times. Your upper back has to be in contact. And there was a recent rule change where you can now lift your head off the bench. And so there's a little bit of leniency with that now. Yeah. And a lot of times when the weight becomes heavy, most lifters will have a tendency to lift their butts off the bench. And so that will result in an infraction.
It's definitely something that we can practice on.
And
right in here.
Starting with 127.5 kilos on the bar. And very long pause. And that's another rule where the bar has to be completely still on the chest before you get the press command. And as you could have seen, the bar did bobble a little bit when it hit the chest, which is why the pause or the press command took a little bit longer than the others. And what are your opinions on soft touch and sinking the bar?
They both are styles that work differently. I think historically speaking, sinking is what we see at heavier weight classes. Usually, you need people with more mass in their upper body can benefit from like the sink, the springy feeling of having a sink. Obviously, all preference, but I think Eric highlighted an important point. The touch is very important in powerlifting because the bench press does have that extra press command.
And you do have to wait for your elbows to be completely locked out before you get the start command. And then you have to lock the elbows out again at the end of the rep. And I think that's something that's not... Personally, I don't practice locking out my elbows a lot. I only really think about it during meets. I don't know about you.
I always lock on my elbows.
Maybe it's a me problem.
It's a habit. But it depends on the person. Kyle here opening with 140.
Big weight now.
Now bench compared to squat and deadlift, the lower body lifts. Bench will tend to have smaller jumps between flips, between attempts rather.
And that is because usually we see a bigger strength drop off with bench.
Right. So probably going to see closer to 2.5 to 15 kilo, 20 kilo jumps, maybe.
Kyle with the strong press.
140 flying for him.
308 pounds.
And we are already into the 300s.
We are. Breaking 300s for openers.
315 almost for an opener here for Yusuf as we get started up on platform 2 here for bench. Benson already hit his opener, and we have Stewart here taking 82.5 for his opener. Yusuf
up next on platform 1, 142 kilos, 314 pounds. Nowadays, you know how parents are always like, I hit 315 back in my day. Now it's going to be, I hit 405 back in my day.
405 back in my day. You're seeing some crazy benches.
Back in college, back in high school.
Back in high school, yeah.
Yusuf with a fast press command. A nice soft touch.
Stewart all the way down and all the way up. And here I think with the bench press you can see that having longer arms might be a little disadvantageous in terms of your leverages. However, what they say about long arm lifters.
They are good deadlifters.
They're typically very good deadlifters. So it'll be interesting to see how the subtotals form here after the end of bench and then how they shake up as we enter the deadlift.
And we have Connor opening up with 325 pounds actually, 147.5 kilos. And he has a wide stance on his bench press and a wide grip with a fast press.
And a lot of our lifters here, as Nathan hits 115 for his opener, using chalk on their back and hands mainly, again, to get that grip on this TSS pad.
Exactly.
This TSS pad, though, and the combo rack itself, one of the best combos I personally ever trained on and have the privilege of.
I think it's one of the best pads out there.
Very secure.
Very grippy.
Pad.
Like, honestly, you don't even need chalk.
Don't even really need chalk. Get away without using it. Very secure.
And Turk with 147.5 kilos of bar, 325 pounds. With a very, very controlled bench, very clean. 0 hiccups in the entire movement. And no lift.
And
I believe that is because his butt came off the bench, probably.
We can't really get that angle, but I think the side judges give you that with the center judge.
Because we have the center judge's point of view.
And speaking of white powder, you know what has white powder that I love? Sour strips.
Sour strips.
The sugar and sour strips. Sour strips a big sponsor.
They are.
This event as well. I'm pretty sure all of our athletes today had received
a goodie bag with some sour strips and
sour strips, again, fueling our athletes. Once again, providing a sponsorship for this event. And here we see Donald bench 152. I think we're heading into our high 100s here for the bench press. I'm looking ahead for our other openers, both on platform 1 and 2. Oh yeah. Eric's prediction of what some of our lifters might be able to say might come to fruition. I do see some very heavy benches coming.
There's some massive benches coming up. But we're going to stay in the moment for now. We live in the moment. And on platform 1, we have Indiana with 160 kilos on the bar. That is about 353 pounds.
Leandro here. And, coming back to our topic of weight, right?
Right.
What happens when a lifter misses weight?
Typically when they miss weight,
Depending on the competition level.
so in the case like this, some people, they won't have the opportunity to compete, or otherwise they'll be put as a guest lifter in the weight class below them, that if they miss, or whatever weight class that they end up weighing in, they become a guest lifter.
Right. I think at the local level, depending where you are,
They will let you compete
may
sometimes.
move your weight class to the next one. But
Right.
that is sort of the gamble with cutting weight.
Right.
Which is why if you're competing for the first time, as Joseph smokes his opener of 152.5 keys, if you're competing for the first time, it's not really worth cutting weight.
No, it's not.
Added stress.
And Samuel with a little grind on a second attempt.
Plus, I don't know if Eric, have you cut weight into a meet before?
I have actually never cut weight into a meet before.
As someone who has performed the gut cut twice, let me tell you, I don't know if not eating real food for like a week is worth it.
I've heard some horror stories.
Man,
And UV is Exhibit A.
I went home. I was eating ice cream for a week. I could not have my mom's cooking. Mind you, I only go home maybe once a year. It was not worth losing 4 kilos.
How devastating it is to not be able to eat your mom's cooking. And Owen with 110 on his second attempt.
Ashton smokes 157.5. These are some crazy presses for like an 82
The 82s are on the come
weight
up.
class.
Like 82s are honestly just the new 90.
Some massive
And
presses.
Owen?
Here. Now
Yeah.
the bench press, I feel like out of all the 3 lifts, definitely the lift that grows maybe the slowest, probably the steadiest. I think as you increase volume, you accumulate volume.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of just like the reliable.
This is
Not
the
gonna
old
take
reliable.
off, maybe as
Like
easy
you-
as squat.
It's like investing.
deadlift?
If you invest in like the S&P 500, that's what training your bench is like. It's just slow, gradual
Eric.
gains.
Eric not only advising us on endangered species, but also financial advice. As Arnold smokes 350 pounds for his.
Silas with 127.5 kilos.
Eric, please add that to your bio. Benching is like the S&P 500.
And Silas failing his second attempt on that sticking point. And so on bench, the sticking point for bench usually is the midway point. And that's where accessories become really important to hit, right?
Right. People have this misconception that powerlifters don't hit bodybuilding movements, where I feel like
That is so
you
untrue.
can't just bench mid 300s without being muscular.
Like bench, you just have to be strong. Like you need muscle mass.
It goes for all 3 lifts. Sure, I think powerlifting has a technique aspect,
But muscle mass will go a long way.
but right.
Aiden with 127.5 kilos.
Very
Good
soft
press.
pause. Ken gets a
And
long
Ken
pause
gets an
there.
awkwardly long pause.
But
I guess it bobbled just a
A
little
little
bit.
bit. Well, again, yeah, the judge completely up to the judge's discretion there.
But they are judging at the highest level, and they are setting a standard,
Right,
which is a good
right.
thing.
Ty Win with 172.5. We're pushing near the 400-pound range. This is 380 pounds. You know what weighs close to 380 pounds?
What weighs
Like a-
close to
Like
380
a
pounds?
Suzuki motorcycle. Pressing a motorcycle off his chest.
But can he press it as fast as a Suzuki motorcycle travels?
I don't know about that.
Braden with the solid press.
Another rule to be wary of here is that in terms of grip width, as Ty just makes very light work and probably just made Eric's statement true.
Dude, zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, yes. Bench grip width. Can you speak a little bit more on that, Eric?
I'm probably not the best person to ask because,
well,
but either way, the rules themselves, the widest you can go is the end of your hand has to touch the knurling. And so for Caden would be a great example. I think he has a very wide grip,
on racks 130,
maximizing the width of the knurling with a very strong press.
Oh, very nice.
Very good press. But if your hands go any wider than the knurling, you cannot do that. That is against the rules.
Right, and wider doesn't necessarily mean stronger. As you see Justin here taking more of like a...
Just like a mid-grip.
More like a mid-grip, not too wide. Wouldn't say the widest possible for him.
With a strong press.
A little bit of a stick, but he gets it past him. Maybe a misgroove there.
Maybe. But definitely the longer arms you get, I mean, just anatomically, you're going to have a closer grip.
No lift for Justin there. I think it's on up and... Oh.
No, I think he got 2 white lights.
2 white lights there. It's a good lift. A lot of these lifters are also asking for a lift off, as they can ask the spotter to hand the weight off to them because, you know, unracking the weight takes energy. As Morgan gets ready for 180.
Kyle with a strong press.
Very, very well selected for a second.
3 white lights.
Meepy Moopy Morgan. That was his request, not mine. 180 kilos. 396 pounds for him.
That is wild.
Huge, and so far, except for one person, this flight has been all clean for Morgan demonstrated.
Beautifully executed.
Very executed. Morgan, a good example there of all
but
the
he
things
got,
that go into...
Did he get 2
whites?
2 whites.
2 whites in the center.
No, he got 2 reds and 1 light. Look at
2 reds, it looks like it was there. I believe it may have had to do with a touch. As Thomas sets up, and Yusuf takes 147 easily.
The weight explodes off his chest. Standing there assertively, watching for his results. Thomas, and he got 3 white lights.
As you can see, great example of how he's starting from the bench. Pushing aggressively with his legs to push his rib cage high.
Maximizing the arch.
And that is just
minimizing the distance travel between the rib cage and the top of his
that is a perfect demonstration
rep. Turk
well
with 147, retaking his opener.
We are on to our seconds here for this flight now, with Benson taking 75 here as his opener.
Good press, strong press. Did his butt come off this time? And they gave him 2 white lights, so he's on the board.
And Benson here gets a good lift. 2 out of 3 white lights for his second attempt. Stewart ready to take 85, taking a 2.5 kilo jump. His opener called very good position here.
And Malachi with the second attempt of 347 pounds.
Stewart sets up.
Good soft touch and a good press.
Stewart opting for the self handoff here. Pauses it. Fights first ticket point, otherwise good. Stewart has a bit of a fight there for a second, but Stewart has another 2.5 kilos.
And Connor with 358 pounds on the bar, 162.5 kilos.
And Nathan with 125 kilos for his second attempt here.
What a fast press.
Very fast press. And here, one of our more rare occurrences of having a wider base. As Nathan pushes through, can he
Come
get
on,
through the
can you
sticking
grind
point?
through?
Unable to.
That is a hard sticking point to get through.
Definitely. Let's see if he retakes that for his for his third attempt rather, or decides to scratch it.
Indiana with 170 kilos. $375 pounds.
Of course, with 155 kilos here, 341 pounds. Very
And
well
he's fighting
executed.
through. And a solid press. I just noticed Indiana doesn't bench with wrist wraps.
Right.
Especially at like
Wrist wraps.
375 pounds.
Oh yeah, wrist wraps definitely a matter of personal preference. Also, I think in personal experience they do help your wrist feel protected. But some of our lifters here opting for maybe more of a naked wrist so they can get into the position if they want to. Not necessarily a bad thing. As Joseph prepares to bench 160 here, 350 pounds.
And we have Samuel on his third attempt. We're on third attempts now on platform 1.
Joseph, very long range of motion, but he smokes his second here.
100 kilos, 220 pounds for Samuel. And a solid press. He's getting through that sticking point. Can he get through? And unfortunately, he cannot.
Unable to fight through.
Good fight nonetheless. These third attempt selections are, that one was good, I would say. Even though he didn't necessarily hit it,
Yeah, you want
it's something that you're going off of a weight that you're confident you could probably hit in training.
Donald taking his time here to set up for 162.5, taking 10 kilo jump from his opener. This will be fairly easy for him. Also not using wrist wraps. And easy it was.
112.5 kilos for Owen. Strong press. No, he cannot get it.
Leandro here, 162.5 kilos. Our lifters here taking advantage of the full minute that they have to execute the lift. Now, a minute might not seem like a long time.
But when you're in the moment, that minute lasts a very long
That
time.
lasts very long. Yeah, when you're all amped up, time is definitely moving at a much faster speed. But
And
Leandro, very good attempt selection there for a second. A little bit of a grinder, but I think he definitely has a little bit more in the tank there.
And Silas with a strong third attempt, retaking his second. And he did not get the lift. I believe his butt came off the bench as he had a yellow card under the red light.
You know, bench is unique because we do have bench-only meets in the USAPL.
Right.
For those who are looking to compete, stay away from the lower body meets. They can be taxing, but bench is typically an easier meet to bench-only meet, and bench has an event. It's pretty easy to recover from. Spoken to a lot of our lifters after the morning session, and what's the 135?
Right. Aiden with 132.5 for his third attempt. Very soft touch, and he grinds through. That's a good attempt.
Ashton pushing through with 167.5.
That looked like an opener.
Very well done there. Very well done there, Ashton. Arnold starts up with 170 kilos for his second attempt there. Heading into our high 300s here on platform 2.
And on platform 1, we have Caden with 314 pounds on the bar.
And, I
Can
think
he
we've seen
pull this
We've
off?
seen a split of lifters choose to use a belt or not use a belt.
It's been pretty half and half. Well, maybe like 30-70. And Caden cannot get 314 off his chest.
Speaking about belts, one of the biggest belt manufacturers right now in the game, Pioneer, also a sponsor of this event. I know Pioneer, one of the first companies to come out with the adjustable lever, and that's been a great help for a lot of lifters who want to buy a belt that they can adjust on the fly.
And their micro adjustments are very good.
Very nice micro adjustments.
Like even for if you're bloated just a tad bit, that micro adjustment will make the difference.
Definitely.
If you have a squat or deadlift session. And I guess even a bench session for some of these
Even
lifters.
a bench session, yeah. So huge shout out to Pioneer here for being a sponsor and helping make quality equipment. Arnold, good pause.
Good press.
A little bit of a struggle, but
It's a
I would
grinder,
say he
but
probably might go for another
it was very second attempt-esque.
2.5, maybe 5 kilos. It's hard to tell because some lifters are able to really grind it out on bench, or otherwise, as you had mentioned, some might fall into more of a sharper drop off. Sorry.
I think you might see that more with close grip benchers,
Yes,
where the strength
sure.
drops off. Because you can be very strong, but your top end is
Quick,
very
quick
quick.
drop off.
And Braden with a strong 145 press.
Braden, one of our closer grip benchers there, not too wide. Justin looking to retake 175 here. Smart decision there just to get on the board. And I think a lot of our coaches and handlers here are probably prioritizing their athletes, building their total across today. It's a national level meet. You gotta try to build the total that you can and still walk away with a PR.
I know you've handled people before, so what kind of goes in the mind of a handler?
It depends if you're on what's at stake for the athlete. As
Justin smokes it.
Yeah.
And will he get it this time? And he does.
I think it depends for what's on stake for the athlete. If you're just taking the athlete's own total development, I think we prioritize the total. Like the win, think about
And Kyle cannot hit 331 pounds or 150 kilos.
if you're going for placement, the same thing. You gotta think about what sort of attempts you shake off as coaches selections. It really depends. There is definitely a requirement for some sort of awareness. But I think the most important thing as being a handler is making sure that's all the other stuff to do.
Right.
Get the water, load their plates, hype them up, don't hype them up,
Just do whatever the lifter
whatever
requests.
they need, yeah.
And Yusuf hyping himself up before his bench. 155 kilos.
And Ken getting ready to press 182.5 kilos, that's 402. Very close to the big four plates, and he pushes through there.
Yusuf, 342 pounds. And grinds through his third attempt.
Very well.
Standing with assertiveness. Waiting for the results. And he gets 3 white lights.
And Ty here again, also taking 402. We are entering the 400 plus pound weight on the bench here. For this flight of lifters on platform 2.
Platform 1, we have Turk with 342 pounds for his third attempt. And a strong press. Oh, wow. I think if he had gotten his first attempt, he probably would have gone much higher than 155. Also, just want to point out, the backdrop looks really cool.
It does, yeah. Morgan here, he misses opener on a technicality, but proceeds to take the 7.5 kilo jump, taking 187 here.
187.5 kilos. Malachi with 160 on the bar.
Morgan taking his time to set up. That's just the way.
Malachi fighting through.
Easy second.
And a solid bench third attempt.
And 3 whites for Morgan as well. Let's go.
3 whites for Malachi and Morgan.
Thomas here taking 190 for his second. And pretty much in line with what we've seen. Looks like the biggest jump that our lifters have been taking is around that 7.5 kilo mark on average. As Thomas has 420 pounds almost.
We have Connor coming out with 170 kilos.
Both our lifters on these platforms are sort of purple and black.
It's kind of a nice combo.
It is kind of a nice combo.
A wide stance and a wide grip.
Thomas sets up.
Strong press. What a grind.
Wow.
Not even a grind. Getting himself hyped.
Wow, Thomas, and does he get? He does not make the lift. Unfortunately, it is a failed attempt. As we start our thirds here for this flight on platform 2.
Platform 1 with Indiana finishing out the first flight. $175 kilos on the bar. 386 pounds.
87.5
Presses, and he cannot get through the sticking point. And now we're on to our second flight for platform 1.
Stewart, unfortunately, unable to get it. Only missing out on 2.5 kilos there, so still not too much velocity on the day.
And we got Finnegan opening with 92.5. And he had a pretty lengthy conversation with this spotter about how to hand off. And it is pretty important to communicate how you want to hand off, because that can really make or break how your bench goes.
Definitely, yeah. You want to minimize
And Finnegan with quite a long command. But he still gets 3 white lights. Come on, Benson.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he
no.
Get it. Just a little bit of an imbalance here between right and left side.
Christian opening up with 100 kilos, 220 pounds. He sinks it, presses, looks like a good lift to me. 3 white lights from the refs as well.
And Chris, you're at 160 kilos.
Owen also opening up with 100 kilos.
Chris pressing it, no, able to get it up for his third. Only missing out on 5 kilos there for his third attempt.
And Owen presses that very easily, but he has a yellow card, which means his butt came off the bench, from our angle at least. Everything looked fine from the front.
Leandro walking out to 165 here, taking only a 2.5 kilo jump, which I think is appropriate considering how difficult his opener, not his opener, his second attempt was. Leandro getting ready to press the weight here.
Lev opening up with 105 kilos.
And I believe this
231 pounds.
PR match.
It's a clean press from Lev.
And he's unable to get out, unfortunately. That's okay. Only
Refs say
2.5
3
pounds,
white
2.5
lights.
kilos off. This needs to be our best. Like Eric had mentioned, it's just hard to gauge whether or not you have those extra 5 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds in you for bench.
I can testify.
You never know what we're going.
And what's hard too is after you squat, there's a very big tendency to have your back cramp up on bench.
Yeah, for sure, depending on what you are. Yeah.
So that's like another factor that you have to worry about. And Benjamin with 110 pounds on the bar, or 110 kilos on the bar, I'm sorry.
Donald here grinding through and pushes 170. I believe if Donald hits that, and he does, he is having a perfect day so far.
6 for 6 through squats and bench.
What a way to keep momentum. As Joseph follows him up with 170 on the bar as well for his third attempt.
Sean opening up with 125 kilos on the bar. £276. Easy press. Joseph with a very narrow grip, but a very strong press.
Very strong press, and that is that drop off Eric was talking about with the closer grip, but he still hits it.
Jared with 130.
Arnold
287 pounds.
172.5 pounds. 172.5 kilograms, rather. Definitely far.
Solid press. Gets the rack command. Jared gets 3 white lights.
Arnold was 172.5. He's ecstatic. I wonder if that was a meat PR for Arnold. I have to double check.
We have Riley next on platform 1.
And I believe that was a meat PR for Arnold. Very well done.
292 pounds for Riley as an opener.
And Ashton here taking 175 as well.
Soft touch, easy press.
Come on, Ashton.
We have Jackson up next on platform 1, 137.5 kilos. That is 303 pounds, I believe.
Justin here taking a 7.5 kilo jump to his third attempt.
And Jackson smokes his first attempt. 3 white lights.
Justin presses it.
We have Alex about to open up with 137.5 kilos, 303 pounds. What an easy press, buttery smooth.
And walking out to 185 kilos here. Only a 2.5 kilo jump in his last attempt. I think he has it in him.
Got Roje opening with 137.5 kilos.
Ken pressing it.
Roje, what did the ref say? 3 white lights. We're getting close to the end of our first attempts on platform 1.
I think I know who's capping out that fight.
I have an idea.
It's Mr. Chipotle Bowl.
got
Thomas here
Hugo.
with 190.
140 kilos.
Retaking his second attempt. He missed the last one on strength. Let's see if he has it this time. Maybe it was a
Hugo with a strong press. A little bit of a grind. Okay. So what happened there was he had a little bit of up and down if he had gotten it.
right. Thomas, soft touch, and he smokes this time. Looks like the last attempt must have been a misgroup, but Thomas happy to have secured that.
Now we got Keller up next with 140 kilos, 308 pounds.
Ty here with 192.5 kilos. 400.
Keller with a really easy opener.
25 pounds here. Come on, Ty.
Alex up next, 145 kilos. This is a big bench. 319 pounds. Or if you round up, it is 320.
Ty unable to get that last bench. Would have been too big of a jump.
Let's see what Alex has. And a very easy bench press. Now rounding out our first attempts on platform 1, we have John.
And Morgan here getting ready to take 195 for his last attempt. Even 7.5 kilo jumps here.
Now John is what you would call a bench specialist.
I would agree.
The epitome of a bench specialist.
This would be a meet PR for Morgan, I believe. His previous best, 190 on the dot. 195 here. See how he makes it. Wow. 3 whites for Morgan, and that's a secure PR.
John smoking his opener. I'm really curious to see what he hits today.
John looks like he knows.
He knows something big is going to come. And I've seen his training videos, and if that's an indicator of what's to come,
oh yeah,
he has something huge today.
Calvin here taking his opener to start off our second flight on platform 2 with 102 pounds for the bench press.
And on platform 1, we're on to our second attempt on bench.
£226 pounds, rather 102 kilos. He is pressing through a little difficult for an opener, but definitely has a little bit of room to go and build through.
Finnegan fighting through his second attempt, and he locks out his elbows.
A little uneven, but
3 white lights.
definitely has some room.
And Owen retaking his opening attempt.
Justin here.
Owen with a fast second attempt. And he gets 3 white lights on that one.
Justin being asked to restart his lift here with 132.5 keys.
Lev moving up 5 kilos from his first attempt to 110 kilos.
Justin sinks it. And he completes it just in time. Let's see what the judges say. It is a good lift.
Lev doing a self lift off.
And Matthew here taking 140 to crack into our.
Come on. There we go. And Lev grinds through his second attempt. We have Christian up next, also taking 110 kilos. And he's repping the chicken leg socks.
Matthew there smokes his opener. Chicken leg socks.
Did you not see him walk out?
I'm afraid I must have missed that.
Oh, you'll see it again.
Now, also interesting to note in terms of footwear, we do see some lifters still opt for heels on bench as well. Why is that?
I honestly couldn't tell you. It just might be an anatomical decision.
I would believe using heels for bench might be a choice, you know, just to get more of an arch. I think it kind of forces your
That makes sense.
toe angle a little bit. But I know some other lifters prefer definitely flatter shoes to pushing them down.
That is some good insight.
Ernest here, 150 kilos, 131 pounds. Man, that is some bench strength.
And we have Benjamin Liu on his second attempt with 254 pounds, 115 kilos. Strong press, fight.
Very strong press there.
And he got it.
Ernest. Very fast.
Looked
press.
very easy. Speaking of leg drive, I think one important aspect when it comes to all 3 lifts, honestly, but more specifically for bench and deadlift, is the carpet use.
For sure.
And the type of carpet that you get.
You need to have a good carpet.
Because a lot of times, we're going to talk a little bit of physics right here. You're going to have a lot of horizontal push when you have the leg drive.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, all those forces working against each other
Gotta have something.
optimizes the amount of horizontal leg drive you can have into your upper back, which helps you press the bar up. Which is why good carpet and good shoes are important. Up next, we have Jared on platform 1 with 135 kilos on the bar. Just shy of 300. This is 298 pounds.
And Gabriel here with 162.5 kilos for his opener. Presses it with ease regardless.
Jared with a good second attempt. Not too grindy. I reckon he probably has about 5 more kilos in the tank.
Wesley here with 167.5 kilos for his opener as well, pushing to 370 right now, pretty much.
And now we have Riley with 137 pounds, 137.5 kilos on the bar, 303 pounds. And moves very well. And 3 white lights from the judges.
Very well done. Zoo out here with 170 kilos for his opener.
And so far on platform 1, we've only had 3 missed attempts. So everyone they're hitting their attempts right now.
Yeah, same thing on platform 2 here. Very little missed attempts here up until the thirds. Openers and seconds have been pretty much spotless. It's real here. Always showing appreciation for spotters.
And Hugo fighting. And I'm not sure if he got it. Let's see what the refs say.
Easy work for Zoo there.
A lot of suspense waiting for the results. And he gets 2 red lights, unfortunately. That is a missed lift. Up next, we have Jackson with 142.5 kilos on the bar.
Cannon all setting up for 170 here.
314 pounds for Jackson. Arms are a little shaky, but an easy press nonetheless.
Easy press for Caden as well with 170.
And the spotters and loaders working at lightning speed.
As usual.
I just
Elgin,
blinked,
175.
and then the bar was already loaded.
Elgin ready with 175 here. 385 pounds.
Alex, 145 pounds. 145 kilos. And he smokes it. A little bit uneven in the arms, but still, it moved fast.
And he presses the weight very fast. Very
Up next, we have Roje on platform 1. 147.5 kilos, 325 pounds.
Hector here, 207.5 kilos. Hector is a guest lifter. He did miss weight by 2 kilos. However, got a big bench coming on.
Yeah. And Roje smokes his second attempt.
Ending our fight here, actually. 207 kilos. We're talking about some squats. Some people squat this way, people deadlift this way. He's pressing it off his chest. Let's see how
And these
it goes
people
for
here,
Hector.
they're all phenoms.
It's insane.
Keller with 150,
Hector has to restart
330
the
pounds with a self-unrack.
I believe Hector was asked because his elbows were soft.
Come on, press it. And Keller fights through.
And Hector has timed out.
Refs give.
Not sure what happened there, but we're on to our seconds here on flight. D105 here for his second attempt for Calvin.
And we're close to the end of our second attempts on platform 1. We have Alexander with 152.5 kilos. 336 pounds.
And 105.
The refs give Alex 3 white lights.
105 kilos here. Hopefully going to move for Calvin.
And John, am I seeing this right? John with the second attempt of 177.5 kilos.
John's about to take 10 kilos.
That
Good lift for Calvin.
John is lifting 391 pounds on his second attempt.
Yeah, John's going to press something crazy. I can tell.
He must be very confident.
Extremely. As Justin gets 137 ready.
And John smokes 391 pounds. One red light, but still is a good lift. This sets John up very well for his third bench press. And Finnegan finishing out his bench with 100 kilos, 221 pounds. Let's see what he has.
Matthew here about to press 145 kilos. 318, 319. Yep.
Very nice from Matthew. Finnegan, come on. And he smokes his third attempt. Christian taking the same weight as his second attempt.
And Chris taking 147.5 kilos for his second attempt on flight D.
Christian walking out again with the chicken socks.
I missed the chicken socks again. Lose the best socks.
Christian, can he get it? No, he
Chris
cannot.
grinding for a second attempt there. Looks like a good lift to me.
We have Owen up next, also taking 110 kilos. That is 243 pounds. And just a reminder, these guys are teens. And they're
that's insane.
benching 242 as a teen too
Bench
is
push.
impeccable.
Bench push.
And he smokes that. Ernest over on platform 2, 160 kilos. Nice press command and an easy second attempt. An Ernest attempt, as they might say. And Lev with 112 kilos, 248 pounds.
And Jared here taking 165. 365.
Gets the press command. Can he fight through? No, he cannot. That is a no lift from Lev.
And Jarrett. Easy press for Jarrett. Oh!
Can he grind it?
Hard sticking point, but gets through there. Very fast on his chest. Slower past that midpoint.
And we got Benjamin with 120 kilos.
Gabriel taking 172.5.
265 pounds for Benjamin.
Gabriel unracking the bar there.
Come on, fight. Fight. And he
Pushes
cannot get it.
through. Can he get it? He does. Very well done there.
We have Sean up next with 135 kilos for his third attempt.
And Wesley here taking 177.5.
298 pounds for Sean. Closing in on 300. Sean with a self-unrack.
Wesley here. Also opting for a self-unrack.
Come on, Sean. Press, 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 press. He's fighting through, and he cannot get it. That is a no lift.
Wesley gets a good lift there.
Up next, we have Jared with 137 kilos, 303 pounds.
And Zoo back out here with 177.5 kilos for his second attempt. 7.5 kilo jump, pretty substantial. But big press, nonetheless. Also opting for a self lift off. Man, it's crazy how there's self lift off that much weight off the rack. Think about it.
I can't imagine. Jared, come on, fighting through. And he fought through all the way. And what do the refs say?
I know. The thing with Zuriel is he also has a mean deadlift. And the fact that his bench is pretty competitive.
Maybe he's
you
just a
got
total
all
specialist.
The ingredients you need for just having a great all-around total.
He's just chefing it up.
Caden here, 90 kilo lifter with another 177 pound.
We have
attempt.
Hugo on platform 1.
Hugo needs to hit this.
This is a must hit or else he will bomb out.
Come on, Hugo.
Come on, Hugo.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, he got it. He got
There
it
we
up.
go.
And what did the refs say? Hopefully his butt didn't come off the bench. And he gets 2 white lights, and that's all you need. Great fight by Hugo.
Very well done. Caden here taking a slow descent. Very easy press there. Very well done.
We have Riley with 142.5 kilos on the bar. 314 pounds.
Elgin, 180. His second time. All very small jumps here. Again, not really strength. From 2.5 7 kilo.
Riley did not get his third.
Elgin, super long range of motion, but still hits his second very smoothly. Definitely more of a post-script adventure there.
Now we have Jackson with 319 pounds on the bar, 145 kilos. This is a big press.
Hector missed his opener of 207, went up for 212 anyways. I have to suspect he took his opener in the back.
I think that'll be the smart move to do. And Jackson cannot get his third attempt.
Considering he did not actually bench his opener, I'm positive he may have hit in the warm room. Let's see how confident he is to hit the second. Hector unracks it.
Roger with 152.5 kilos on the bar. 336 pounds.
Press the bar.
And Roger has smoked his first 2 attempts.
Looks like Hector was not able to press the second. A strength issue there. I'm not really sure.
And he smokes his 3rd.
Wow.
Now that is sandbagging.
Super long range.
Did I use that term correctly?
He is ecstatic. Calvin with 110 for his 3rd attempt as we head into third to bench to cap off this platform. 110.
110.
110.
Masters 3 lifter. We have Alex on platform 1 with 155 kilos, 342 pounds.
Calvin presses it, and he's not able to do that.
Alex does the press command, and he cannot get it. We have Keller up next with 155 kilos, 342 pounds.
Justin walking up to 145 kilos here for his 3rd.
Keller with a self-unrack. Can he get it? No, he cannot. It was a little too heavy for him for the day. Next up we have Alexander, 157.5 kilos.
And Justin there smokes his 3rd. Very good day for him so far.
347.
Only missed 1 attempt, but still 5 or 6 can't be bad. As Matthew is ready to walk out for 147.5 kilos.
Alexander smoking his 3rd attempt. That was quick. Wow.
Come on.
And now for our final bench of this flight on platform 1, we have John loading up 402 pounds.
Insane.
We are breaking the 400 barrier on platform 1.
So crazy overhead. There we go. 182.5. This should be light work for John.
I think it will be.
As Christopher loads up 153 for his 3rd.
If my knowledge serves me correct, he has eaten over 800 Chipotle bowls, fueling this bench attempt.
Christopher unable to hit his 3rd there. Unfortunately failed. But John.
And John with a big press.
Big press. Speedy.
Very speedy. Did he get it? And he gets 3 white lights.
And he is
what a way to finish out this flight on bench.
he is so energetic.
So bench has concluded on platform 1, and we're now finishing out platform 2. And there will be a 10-minute intermission between bench and the deadlift. So stay tuned.
Ernest here, 165 for his 3rd attempt here. Pushes!
With grind.
Triceps, oh, and
He cannot
that is
get
what
it.
Eric was mentioning. Just that close grip is
That close grip
insane to push.
It's
through.
very strong off the chest, but once you hit the midpoint, it becomes an absolute grind.
The wall. Gabriel walking out to 177.5 here on the bar. 390. 390 pounds. Gabriel, I think, has been pretty consistent overall today. Just one missed attempt, but looking to hopefully keep his streak on bench alive.
Very strong wrists.
Come on, can
fight,
you get the other
fight,
hand
fight.
out there? Oh,
And he cannot get it.
and taking a second there, I think he's all right. Wesley up next, first 180 bench here for this flight. 396. I have no doubt this will be easy for him.
So far, Wesley's made every lift look very easy. With a very smooth grind on that bench.
Very well done there.
3 white lights, as expected.
And Zareel out here again, 182 and a half. Zoo with it's 402. Zoo with 402.
Zoo with 402. Zoo with 402.
Once again, showing love to our spotters there. Opting for a self-lift off. Based on his second, this should be in the bag. Let's see it. Come on! There we go. He gets that lift, and his streak continues. Going 3 for 3 on bench. Great, great work. As Caden sets up here for 182 of his own. $182 and a half kilos for Caden here, same weight. He should have this. Pushing, and he does. Definitely had 2.5 more. Very well done. As Elgin is up next for 185 keys, taking even 5 kilo jumps. Our second last bench of this session. Elgin here, getting ready for the bar. Taking his time here, good on rack. Very controlled descent. The press. Can he fight through the sticking point? Oh my goodness. Pushing, pushing, pushing. He's unable to push through that lockout with that close grip. So close, however. Very well done. And Hector, our last bench here, 212 kilos. Missed his opener on the technicality, missed his second on strength. Wondering what he's going to do here. Hopefully he's securing it. This is an incredibly heavy bench. 469 pounds is ridiculous. This is the equivalent of many people's deadlifts and squats. It looks like this time, crowd's behind him. Big brace, and he's unable to actually press it. Looks like he might have just been taking up time there. But that is it. that is it for the bench press for this platform as well. We will go on a 10-minute intermission, and we'll be back with deadlifts on platform 1 in about 5 minutes and 10 minutes on platform 2.
Get access to world-class coaching in real time from anywhere. Whether in a small group setting or one-on-one, our coaches are in your ear during your training sessions, watching every rep and correcting every mistake.
Welcome back. We are now on deadlifts. On platform 1, we have Caden opening with 210 kilos. About 463 pounds he's about to pull. Makes that opener look very easy, very smooth. And so on deadlifts, typically we see the lifters put baby powder on their thighs. And the reason for that is so that the bar doesn't stick to their thighs as it glides up their quads. And it helps a lot so that they don't ramp the bar. Aiden with 215 kilos on the bar. 474 pounds. Makes it look easy. 3 white lights. And then just a little FYI, deadlifts go by really quick compared to squat and bench because there's only one command that each lifter needs to listen to, and it is the down command. As soon as the head ref says bar is loaded, the athlete can walk up, they can do whatever they want. They can do their pre-lift ritual, and as soon as they get the bar up and locked out, the only command that they need to hear is down from the head ref. And Owen with 230 kilos on the bar smokes his opener. Very, very easy. And we have Gino in the background wearing a little peculiar mask. Yusuf up next. He has 36 seconds left on the clock, and there he is. About to pull 230 kilos or 507 pounds for his opener. And earlier we were talking about how a lot of the lighter lifters were pulling conventional. There's about a mix, a 50-50 mix between conventional and sumo. And Yusuf smokes 507 pounds. Very buttery smooth. But as we start to get heavier, we're going to start seeing more sumo pullers.
That is an interesting observation. And I think especially for this weight class, it's probably going to hold up too. And Connor looking like a house.
He is built.
And
smokes his opener, 235 kilos.
Benson up first, 137.5 kilos. I believe. Oh, there he is in the back. Yep. They may be timing this down.
He has 2 seconds left, so he is going to time out. Turk up on platform 1 with 255 kilos on the bar.
Oh, Benson is up. He is.
Turk is about to pull 562 pounds.
Easy over there.
Conventional. We love to see it. With a very easy pull.
Now, the deadlift in the USAPL, you do not have to wear a shirt.
You do not.
Your singlet. And you know, a lot of people like to take advantage of that, show off the vascularity.
Show off the muscles.
The muscles, for sure. Stuart here. I don't know if Eric has already talked about the hook grip.
I have not, but we can now.
Stuart, one of our many hook grip pullers probably today.
Yes, very easy pull.
What is the hook grip?
So hook grip, it essentially is your thumbs holding the bar. And you wrap your fingers around your thumb. And for people who are just trying to learn hook grip for the first time, it is a very painful process, especially with power bars. If you learn on a commercial gym bar, that's probably the best way to ease into it. But with these TSS bars and with very aggressive knurling, it can be very painful.
But once
and
you get used to
Malachi destroys 272.5 kilos.
Malachi using more of a mixed grip, which really I think might be more common.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes to see. Same thing with Nathan as he smokes his opener of 441 pounds.
But as a hook grip puller myself, once your thumbs get used to it, you get used to the pain, the feeling goes away. And then you can just pull however much you want until you do back downs.
Kyle. Thomas up
Kyle
next.
with 277.5 kilos. Smokes that.
That is a picture perfect hook grip conventional deadlift right there.
Picturesque.
Thomas opening with 247.5 kilos here himself.
And we're already entering in the mid 600 pounds on deadlift.
Indiana is a guest lifter. Did he miss weight? Double checking. Did very slightly miss weight there.
Indiana, hook grip sumo, and smokes it.
295 is a
650 pounds.
Yeah, I think with today's 82 and 90 session lifters today, we're going to see here, we are going to be pushing into some out of this world numbers.
I wouldn't be surprised if we start breaking into the 800s.
800 is definitely coming up as the weekend goes on. I think we definitely have some 700-pound lifters today. Ken smokes 250 there. His
Very easy.
opener. And based on these second attempts that are already being put in, definitely some big jumps here for deadlifts.
Samuel with 207.5 kilos. We're already on our second attempts, and as I mentioned earlier, deadlifts are going to move very fast. There's only one command that they need to listen to, and that is the down command.
Ashton getting ready for 255 here.
Silas with 215 on the bar.
Also conventional. Come on.
Silas, I believe, has 474 pounds on the bar.
Ashton was super easy 255 there. Justin up next with 260 as his opener.
Silas with a solid second attempt at 215. The refs, what do they say? 3 white lights.
And one rule to take note of here is that you have to have your deadlift socks up.
Correct.
You would not be allowed to actually get on the platform. It did happen to a few of our lifters earlier today, but you have to make sure you have those socks all the way up.
We have Braden with 480 pounds on the bar.
See here are spotters and loaders.
And he's grinding, and he cannot get it past his knees. That is a very common sticking point for the conventional deadlift.
For sure. As Ty comes out to 265.
We have Caden with 217.5 kilos, also pulling 480 pounds. Pulling hook grip. Good wedge,
Ty
and a solid pull.
265 there.
What makes a good deadlift, QB? Like technical-wise, or the technique involved in making a good deadlift?
I think some of the best deadlifters I'm seeing today and further on in the weekend is definitely patience. Patience at the bottom. Focusing on keeping your arms long. Having a good hinge. And you can see here as Arnold sets up for his deadlift. Beautiful sumo deadlift there for Arnold.
Aiden with 227.
Same for Aiden. Both very picture
And a
perfect.
very, very easy 501-pound sumo deadlift.
Leandro here walking out to 267.5 as we start to get wrapped up here with openers for this flight of lifters.
Up next, we have Yusuf with 245 kilos on the bar.
And a lot of our lifters coming out here with Baby powder.
Yes.
Baby powder being used here to reduce friction between the bar and your skin. Definitely can be important when you start reaching those like super near max loads.
Right. This is going to help with preventing hitching or any sort of ramping.
For sure. And Leonardo smokes his over there.
Use it with an easy second attempt. 3 white lights. Owen up next with 250. This is 551 pounds.
Donald with 275, our first 600 plus opener here.
Owen, very good lockout.
What a pull.
The refs give him 3 white lights.
And Donald, wow, Donald
That was
jumping with the
speedy.
weight pretty much. He's definitely looking to
Jumping
add on
to
like
the
a
moon.
huge jump there.
We got Connor with 255 kilos on the bar.
And Morgan up next with 290.
290. That's a huge opener.
290. We're talking about a 640 pound opener here.
And over on platform 1, we have Connor with 562 pounds on the bar. Oh, he bamboozled me there. Thought he was gonna pull a hook. Come on, grind out. Yes. That was a good grind.
Morgan here setting up
gets
with
2
his
white
hook grip.
lights.
Very easy opener for Morgan.
Wow, speedy.
As Eric had mentioned, Morgan shaking off his thumbs probably from the hook that he had set up. And Chris is up next.
We have Turk on platform 1.
Chris with that super high belt position.
We have 595 pounds for Turk. His first attempt was speedy fast. Can he make his second attempt look like the first?
Oh, wow, Chris.
Oh, Chris, that was fast. Turk, that was also fast. What is in the tank for Turk? Up next on platform 1, we have Kyle.
And I believe
We have a world record attempt.
and Joseph here capping off our openers on this flight. It's 295 conventional, looking very smooth there. Very nice.
And Kyle smoking 292.5 kilos.
And that wraps up our openers for Flight C on platform 2. On to our second, and I see some deadlifts above. I see some deadlifts starting with the 3. So some big pulls coming in down.
For sure. We got Malachi with 650 pounds on the bar.
Stewart walking out to 147.5 kilos for his second.
So how do you mentally prepare for a deadlift as big as these?
Man, I would say all lifts require some sort of mental preparation. For the deadlift, I feel like if you're really not all into it, it's going to make a difference. And Stewart hits that deadlift easily. So I can see a lot of our lifters
patience
getting hyped
off the
up.
ground. Easy lockout. Yeah, I agree with you on the mental aspect of the deadlift. A lot of it is you just have to be confident in yourself.
I agree.
And sometimes you just honestly have to just not think when you're pulling. Rounding out our second attempt on deadlifts on platform 1, we have Indiana with 310 kilos on the bar.
Benson, easy second attempt.
683 pounds.
Oh boy.
We may see a 700 pull from Indiana if this moves fast. Patient off the ground. Oh man, what happened?
Hopefully he's okay.
Well, he may have pulled something.
Nathan ready for 212.5 for his second attempt. 12.5 kilo jump. It's pretty big, but I'm sure he has this. Bag.
We're now moving on to our third attempt on platform 1. Samuel with 215 kilos loaded on the bar. 474 pounds. Can he get this? With a strong stance and setup. He pulls. Come on. And he locks it out. That was a good pull.
Thomas here ready for 267.
What did the ref say? 2 white lights. That is all you need. And I believe the front or the head ref gave him a red light because he may have dropped it a tad bit early.
267.5 kilos for Thomas here. That is a 20 kilo jump from what he had taken for his opener. So hoping to have this here.
And we have Braden with 222.5 kilos on the bar, 490 pounds. And he cannot get it.
Thomas hitting a nice second there, very easy.
We have Caden up next, also taking the same weight, 222.5 kilos, 490 pounds. Loosening himself up.
And Ty lining up the bar for 270 for a second right now. Only a 5 kilo jump.
With the hook setup. And he cannot get it up.
And Ty wedges in, and he slow at the start, easy lockout. 270 is there for a second. I reckon he probably has another 5 kilos in him for his third.
Silas up next with 225 kilos on the bar.
And Ashton here with 272.5 for his second. We're going to see something amazing here.
Silas pulling.
And Ashton.
And he gets it.
Hits a sticking point.
What do the refs say?
And that is a good lift. It may have been a little bit.
Good lift for Silas. 2 white lights.
The up and down, but. Ken up next with 275. Crossing into the 600s here with the second attempt.
Aiden with 232.5 kilos, 513 pounds. He's gripping on the smooth. Oh, he locks it out, but there's a little bit of an up and down motion from the front. So we'll see what the refs say.
And Ken setting up here. Ken, I believe, wearing the slack pull socks. Ken, also one of the rare lifters here using a prong belt for deadlifting.
I think this is the second prong belt we've seen all day.
For sure. Convincing lockout there. And it's a good lift.
We have 260 kilos for Yusuf. He's made his first 2 attempts look very speedy, and a 15 kilo jump is very reasonable. 573 pounds for Yusuf.
As Justin gets ready for 282 kilos here. Upwards of 620 pounds.
Come on, Yusuf. Lock it out.
Oh.
And he locks it out.
And Justin with an
he
easy conventional second there.
That was a great effort by Yusuf. Up next, we have Connor, 265 kilos.
Arnold walking out for his second attempt. I'm pretty sure Arnold decided to go tarps off for this one. But 282.5, big jump from his second attempt there, or his first attempt rather. Smooth second attempt.
Wow.
I would say he at least has another 10 kilos there. I think he's
Oh, for sure. No doubt. Cleaning the bar for Connor's third attempt. 265 kilos, 584 pounds.
Wow.
584
Connor
pounds.
staring down the bar.
Connor versus the bar.
Leandro ready for 285 here.
Connor pulls, and he cannot lock it out. Owen with 270 on the bar.
And Leandro
Closing in on 600. This is 595 pounds.
hinges down and locks out his second attempt easily. Don't know how much more he has in the tank.
Can Owen pull? No, he cannot get it off the ground.
Donald getting ready for 295 here for his second attempt. 650 pounds. Huge jump from his opener. Donald sets his grip.
We got Turk with 200.
Okay, that was ridiculously fast. Donald is definitely preparing for another massive.
No, there's going to be a big
20
pull. And
zero
Turk
jump.
with his third pull. Will this be another fast pull? It's 282 kilos.
Turk pulls it off the ground. Can he break it?
Come on, lock it out. And he gets it past his knees.
Oh,
And he cannot finish it
and
out.
as far as grab him, he's safe.
Good
Wow,
effort, good effort.
Right there.
Laid it all on the platform.
Joseph here with our first 300 kilo second attempt.
We have
on
Malachi
this
next.
platform.
Second to left, second to last puller in this flight. No,
Joseph here
No, Malachi's a third to last puller on this flight.
breaks the ground with 300. Can he lock it
Can he
out?
lock it out?
And he does.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? Credits to Joseph for switching it up from the red and black fit to the all-white fit for deadlifts.
I didn't even realize that.
I do notice that, and he still kept the Nike on. So
Malachi with 307.5 kilos on the bar.
Morgan Chan with 305. 672 pounds for second attempt. Insane.
Big pull. 678 pounds for Malachi.
Two insane pulls on these platforms right now.
In tandem. Malachi, can you lock it out? Strong pull. Locks
And
it
Morgan smokes his second too. I would
What?
think Morgan has.
He has
Yeah,
it.
my math is
More.
correct. Another 15 kilo jump.
And Malachi gets 3 white lights. We got Kyle next up.
And Chris is taking 305 as well to cap off this flight. Chris with the wider sumo locks it out. Oh my goodness.
Wow. We got Kyle with 310 kilos. 682 pounds. And he just grips and rips that.
And he may have missed that, I believe. May have jumped the down command there.
He may have.
We are on to our thirds here for platform 2.
And we have Indiana with 320 kilos on the bar. That is huge.
And Eric, looking ahead, I see 3 700 plus pulls on the
That's
forecast
exciting.
for platform 2. And Indiana right now,
This is going to be a big
he's
pull.
attempting 320. That is 705. As
A
Stewart,
10 kilo jump from a second attempt in which he
Stewart locks in for 152
Did
and a half
not get.
kilos. And he locks it out.
Indiana gets it off the ground. He can't finish it out, but good effort. We're now on to our next flight on platform 1.
Benson getting ready to take 187.5 kilos here, crossing into the big 400 plus pound territory. Took a big jump, honestly, from his second, but big jumps in the name of the game. Sets his grip, pulls. You lock it out.
There you go.
Good
Platform 1.
lift for Benson.
We got Christian opening with 165 kilos, 364 pounds, with his chicken socks.
That I do notice now.
And he smoked it.
Nathan with 227.5 for his third. Looking to crack into 500 plus.
Up next, we have Benjamin going for 180 kilos.
Nathan hip shoots into the bar and is unable to get it past the edge, unfortunately.
Benjamin shoots up that deadlift. Moved very quick.
Ashton getting ready to walk out to 277.5. Taking only a 5 kilo jump from his last attempt.
Lev with a 190 kilo opener. $419 on the bar for Lev.
And Ashton unable to break it past his
Lev with a very easy opener. Finnegan, opening with 200 kilos, 441 pounds.
And
That's a
Ty
big
getting ready to
opener.
walk out to 280 here. As the spotters are disinfecting the bar, I believe there may have been some blood on it.
Finnegan smokes his opener.
Ty walking out to 280 now.
They are cleaning up the bar on platform 1.
Ty walks in for 280 here. Interesting jump. Ty pushes off the ground. Can he lock it out? Wow. Talk about a patient start. And that's a good layup.
Sean finally up on platform 1. 212.5 kilos. Smokes it.
Thomas also ready to take 285 here for his third.
We have
Thomas getting this. Big day for him, actually.
We have 250 kilos for Jared, or 474 pounds.
And Thomas locks it out.
Lockout by Jared.
Easy third. Great selection there by his handler. Thomas thanking all the spotters and the judges there.
Owen up next with 220 kilos on the bar. 485 pounds. That is a big opener. by a
290
team too.
kilos here for Ken on his third.
And he smokes it. Very, very easy.
Ken. Ken hitting this will give a near perfect day. Many of these totals already passed 700. Ken pushes and is unable to break the third ball.
We have 496 pounds for Hugo, 225 kilos. Big opener. Going conventional, easy lockout.
It looks like Hugo's overhand grip on mixed group actually is thumbless.
Is it? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little closer look on his next attempt.
Leandro here walks out to 292.5 keys. John is walking out.
We have John on platform 1, opening with 237.5 kilos or 523 pounds.
And
Another
Leandro
conventional
here.
mixed grip puller. I was about to say hook. He bamboozled me there. Very easy.
And
Made it
Leandro,
through. And he could not lock that out.
Lock it out. Very close otherwise.
Up next, we have Alexander with 240 kilos. I believe that is 529 pounds.
Arnold with 297.5 kilos. That is 655
With a very easy pull.
pounds, just about. If Arnold hits this, this will be a huge total for him. And Arnold is unable to break the ground there.
We have Keller up next with
Arnold's
242.
best deadlift prior in comp was 617, so still beating that by a good margin there for EPR.
Keller's about to pull 534 pounds as a team 3.
That's ridiculous for him. Yeah,
I've smoked that.
And Justin here getting ready for 300. 300 kilos.
Can he get it?
Breaks the floor. Can he get it
Can he
past,
pass his knees? No.
Good attempt there, regardless.
We have Jackson up next on platform 1 with 260 kilos on the bar. 573 pounds. That is huge. And he smokes his opener. Oh my gosh. Wow.
And Joseph loading 305 here as we enter the last 4 deadlifts of this flight. Joseph getting hyped here, 305. 300 was a little bit tough. I believe he does have 5 more kilos in him. However, and he is getting into it. Grabbing the bar, pushing. Breaks the floor, can he lock it out? He does.
Wow.
And
oh wait, did he lock it out all the way?
Looks like he might have lost grip at the top there.
On platform 1, we have Alex pulling 573 pounds as his opener.
Donald here
easy
with 317.5 kilos. This is right at the cusp of 700 pounds.
Oh my lord.
699.97. I mean, it's. I need to do math. 317.
317. This
is
too big of a number for us to do math with. 700. This is 699.96 pounds.
Round up to the nearest pound. This is virtually 700. 700 pull inbound for Donald.
And we have Riley opening with 265 kilos.
I think Donald has this. Oh my God. Breaks the floor.
Oh man.
Unable to lock it out.
Riley, can he pull 584 pounds? Strong pull. A little bit of a shaky lockout for first attempt.
Morgan here walking up 705 on the bar.
That is huge.
Pullman to first if he gets it successfully.
We have
Come on,
Roger
Morgan.
finishing out our first attempts on platform 1 with 275 kilos.
Morgan hitting this would give him a big day. Sets his hook.
Wow, Roger smokes his opener of 606 pounds.
Breaks the floor. Can he lock it out?
Come on.
Morgan locks it. Oh, and his
he
hook
lost his
slips
grip.
last second. And that is one of the unfortunate
realities of hook grip.
hook grip. Yep.
Was he gripping on the smooth
I
part
think
of the
his
bar?
grip was a little bit narrower. Yes. So difficult to just get the friction needed to hold that much weight for anybody.
Right. You just need good grip.
Almost 705 pounds.
And now we have Christian for a second attempt of 180 kilos, 396 pounds.
Chris
Lifts
will
it
be our last
very
deadlift here.
good.
Can he break the streak of missed thirds? Breaks the floor. Can he lock it out? Oh no, he is unable to complete it. And that concludes our deadlifts here for flight C on platform 2 as he gets ready for flight.
We have Benjamin on platform 1, 192.5 kilos for a second attempt. $424 pounds he's about to pull. Gets it up, easy lockout. Very patient off the floor. Lev coming up with 205 kilos on the bar. That is 452
Alvin,
pounds.
your smooth opener for him.
And a smooth second attempt with a little bit of a shaky lockout for Lev.
Justin is next here with 240 for his opener.
Finnegan up next with 210 kilos. 463 pounds. Finnegan's been having a great day. So far, he's perfect on squat and bench. Can he get it? And locks it out with ease. 3 white lights for Finnegan.
Justin getting ready to walk on to 240.
Up next, we have Sean with 225 kilos on the bar. 496 pounds.
Justin walks up to the bar, 529 for him. Wedges, easy deadlift for his opener. Very well. Hector getting ready to open here with 250.
Sean pulling 496 pounds with relative ease.
And Hector. Hector may be running down the clock here, actually. Might have scratched his open, might not be competing anymore. Looks like that is the case, actually.
Yes.
Running down the clock, letting other lifters have a little bit more time.
We have Jared with 235 kilos on the bar. An easy second attempt. Up next, we have Owen. Same weight on the bar, 235 kilos, 518 pounds.
And Hector has timed out there, yep, as you know, they're giving time for his other competitors.
Very good lift by Owen. What do the refs say? They agree. 3 white lights.
Ernest here taking the same weight for his opener, 250.
We got Hugo coming up
Very
with
nice pull, yeah.
237.5 kilos. 524 pounds. The old school Converses
Oh, yeah.
with a great pull, strong pull. And his overhand grip is thumbless.
I was going to say, I believe I did see that. That is an interesting choice there. But if it works, it works.
If it works, it works. And that means he has a very strong grip.
Caden committing to the orange colorway here. The laces, very nice touch. Taking 250 for his opener here.
We have Alexander
Strong
up
wedge.
next with 255 kilos. 562 pounds.
Let's see how this fares for Gabriel, 265.
With an easy pull, wow.
265 here for Gabriel.
3 white lights for Alexander. No. Cleaning up the bar. We have John up next with
Easy
257.5 kilos. 567.68 pounds. Conventional. And remember, he doesn't pull hook. He sets up like he's going to do hook and bamboozles you.
Christopher up next for 270.
Strong pull by John.
Could hear the exclamation from back here from John. Christopher sets
Solid
up the hook.
lift. 3 white lights.
Easy opener for Christopher, 270. Matthew opening with 275. Into the 600s we go.
Same with Riley. His second attempt, we are going into the 600s. 600.75 pounds for Riley. Riley pulling hook on the smooth part of the bar. Can he lock it out? Very good second attempt. Oh, and is he okay? Let's hope he is okay. He must have just gotten a little lightheaded from the lockout. And that usually happens when you go all out.
Usually does happen, yep.
But it is a
there.
good thing that he is safe and he
Yep.
got 3 white lights.
Elgin there, securing 225. Now we're pushing these openers are going to start pushing to the low to mid 600s here. Hector has scratched his second and third attempts. I think he's competition.
We have Alex with 272.5 kilos, 600.75 pounds.
Jarrett with 280 here. Easy 280 for Jarrett.
And also easy 272.5 for Alex.
And Wesley opening up with 290 here.
It's big. Keller hyping himself up for a second pull. 272.5 again, 600.75
30
pounds.
kilo jump is insane.
That is big.
Must have
He just must be
confidence.
something.
Yeah.
Just must be something in the bag. Oh yeah. That was a great pull. We just had 3 lifters in a row hit 600.75 pounds.
Wesley here, 290, easy for an opener. Perfect choice right there. Now, Wesley pretty much having a good day so far with the exception of that second attempt that I believe he missed on a technicality. Really good pacing here.
We have Jackson up next, chipping away at the 600s. 275 kilos, 606 pounds.
Surreal up next. In the back, making sure he's all powdered up and has his socks up.
Oh, no lift for Jackson. Let's hope he's okay.
And Zuriel, I see he switched up the singlet and the
He
shirt
did.
real quick. Coached by North Carolina's own Evan. Okay, that was kind of easy. That was very easy actually for Zoo. 290 there. Definitely, I think he's going to try to pace towards 700.
I can see it.
training.
We got Roji up next on platform 2. Loading 290 kilos.
Calvin here, 172.5 pounds. Oh, 172.5 kilos, rather, sorry.
639 pounds for Roje. This is huge.
But Roger's been having a day so far.
He's been having a good day.
Oh, yeah.
He's been perfect on squat. He's been perfect on bench. And will he be perfect on deadlift? There's a good chance.
Continues.
The streak is going well
Calvin,
for Roje.
172.5. And we can hear the bass booming in the back right now. Definitely the energy.
Vibes
turning
are
up.
good and high. They are very good. We're finally going on to our third attempts on platform 1.
Calvin hits his second there. Very well done there. Caden with 260.
We have Benjamin finishing with 200 kilos for his deadlift.
260 loaded up for Caden. I believe they're waiting on the bar to get set.
Benjamin hyping himself up. Precisely placing his feet. Very meticulously. Hook setup.
Caden setting up his feet.
Big brace. Good wedge. Can he get it up? Come
Unable
on.
to break the floor.
That is quite unfortunate, but good effort by Benjamin.
Caden setting up here. Sets his hook. He's mixed. Wedge isn't strong. Breaks the floor.
Good lockout.
Very strong second there. Honestly, perfectly called. Looking like he's going to finish with 270.
We got Christian with the chicken deadlift socks.
And Justin with 265 for his second, taking a 25 kilo jump.
Can he lock it out? He has it. Come on, let's go. And what do the refs
Victory
say?
shout.
You know what the crazy thing is? He doesn't even have baby 40 pounds for Hugo. Can you get it? The overhand mixed grip.
Overhand. Oh my goodness.
He can
that
lock
is
it out.
dangerously good.
That is a man's pool. What do the refs say? 2 white lights.
As Elgin walks up for his second attempt of 290. Pushing into some huge pulls here for his second attempts. And he's pushing. Can he lock it out?
Come on.
He's able to lock it out. Are his knees locked out, though?
Are they soft?
They may be. I believe his knees were soft.
yes.
And the judges did not give him the down command there. Yep.
Now we have Owen with 250 kilos on the bar, 551 pounds. Can he get it? What a grind. Lock it out. Lock it out, Owen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on.
What
Let's
a
go.
pull.
What a pull. What a grind. And Owen
Jarrett
with 3
here.
white lights.
Jarrett walking up to the bar, 300 kilos on the bar, 661.
We have Jared up next. 265 on the bar for him.
And Jarrett on platform 2 hits that. Don't know how much more he has in the tank, but that was definitely a little bit of a fight.
We have 584 pounds on the bar for Jared.
And Wesley with 307.5.
No, I apologize. There must have been a change in Jared's attempt. It went down to 250. So 551.
And he might be doing that for placement. He is doing that for placement because he is already heading first to the division. And Wesley here, a little bit sticky, but good lockout. A little shaky. I don't know if he got the down command. And he did. It's a successful lift there. 310, 600, or rather 307, my bad. 675-ish. And Zoo, about almost 683 pounds here for his second attempt is insane. Taking his time to set up, make sure the bar is even. You know, all these little things add up. They say 80% of your lift is a setup. I don't know who they is, but
I think they is UV.
definitely matters here. And Zoo with
Zoo
a
with
good
a
310.
good second attempt.
I think he's gonna take a 20 kilo jump from his first to his second. Definitely has, I think, at least 10 more kilos there. So
I think so too.
if anything, that 700 barrier is gonna go there. As we head into our third for Flight D, our heaviest deadlifts for this session. And I wonder what's happening on platform one.
It could be anyone's guess. And we have
And platform 2, as we begin our thirds,
come on, just
177.5 goes for Calvin. Let's go.
let's go, Calvin.
And that's a huge day for him.
Calvin has gone 7 for 9.
Amazing work there. And Calvin, Masters 3 lifter, putting up those numbers is nuts.
We got Justin setting up with his immaculate A7 singlet. And now we have Jared on platform 1. Off the ground, smooth off the ground, and he locks it out.
Caden,
A very, very good pull.
267.5 keys here. Good attempt selection, in my opinion. And he breaks the floor. Can he lock it out? And he does. Very well selected here. Amazing work. Team outlier athlete. And he screams in victory. Hurrah.
Hooray. Next up on platform 1, we have John with 270 kilos on the bar.
John.
That is 595 pounds.
Oh, yeah. I know that this number matters for John. Oh, we have Justin
When it matters
here.
most, you can always count on John.
Justin getting ready to take 272.5.
If I did the math correctly.
Come on, Justin. Lock it out. There we go.
Justin with the lockout.
601.
And John,
Come on,
getting
John.
ready for
I
the
see
pull.
this.
Come
Oh my
on,
God.
lock
Yup,
it
yup,
out.
yup, yup.
Lock it out.
Will
They're-
be an up and down, I believe.
And unfortunately, he did not get it due to the
Strength-
up and down.
The strength is so there, John.
But the future is bright for him.
John, meet me at DNA next week. Yellow pool.
That's crazy. And Justin, not
Ernest
Justin,
here.
Ernest. That is right. Oh, and the grip slips. Did he get the down command in time?
Did not get in time. I believe his.
We have
Still a really good
Alexander
day.
with 272.5 kilos and smokes it. What an easy third attempt. for Alexander, going 8 for 9 of the day.
Elgin is going to reattempt 290 here. I believe he had missed it on soft knees earlier. Can he get it this time and see it completely through?
We have Keller coming up next on platform 1 with 277.5 kilos on the bar, 611.78 pounds.
Elgin's setting up here, again, taking his time. Elgin unable to break the floor, unfortunately.
Christian getting ready to pull.
Tough day. Elgin's still
Come
capping
on,
out.
Christian. And he cannot lock out the deadlift.
And next up we have Christopher ready here to take out his third attempt. Christopher also looking to cap out a very strong day here in 295.
The anticipation is building up for Jackson. 282.5 kilos.
I think Chris just slipped there. Just missed the down.
This is 622.8 pounds for a Team 2 lifter, and he cannot get it off the ground.
And we have Matthew here walking out to 300. Matthew is one of our only 9 for 9 lifters if he hits this. Huge day. Wedges in. Can he break it past his knees? Come on, come on, come on, come on. I think that's good.
That is good for sure.
I think that's good. It is good. Oh, yeah.
9 for 9.
Tell you what, 9 for 9 day. Could not ask for something better than that.
And now can Roje hit a 9 for 9 day? 292.5 kilos, 644.85 pounds.
Come on.
What? Come on. What are you doing?
Goodness.
Roje, come on.
Put some weight on the bar.
3 white lights for Roje.
As Gabriel walks up to 305 kilos here.
As Roje has secured
him into
first
second place if he pulls this.
And for our final lifter of the day.
305 here for Gabriel. Come on. Can he lock it out?
Come on. He locks it out.
He might be good there. I don't think there was downwards motion.
I didn't see any downwards motion. 3 white lights.
He is excited as he should be. What a way to cap off an amazing day.
And now Alex with 295 kilos on the bar. 650 pounds. Pulls, and he can't get it past his knees. Good attempt, though.
Jarrett here getting ready for 307.5 kilos.
We have now finished on platform 1.
Congrats to all our lifters on platform 1.
Great effort
in
for
those
those of you
fights.
home. Give a round of applause for our lifters on platform 1.
And shout out to our sponsors again for helping us run this event. Everything smoothly over there. As we enter our last 3 deadlifts of session 2 here on day 2.
Actually, last 2 deadlifts.
Last 2 deadlifts. I apologize.
If Wesley hits this, he'll go 8 for 9.
And if Wesley pulls this, I believe
he will keep his first place position.
However, let's look at the totals. Yes. Wesley needs to hit this. But I think Zoo might have a chance if there's a miss to pull in on body weight. So this is Wesley pushes off the floor. Can he lock it?
Strong lockout.
Wow.
He locked it out.
He locks it out.
Very nice.
Very convincingly here.
He knows. 3 white lights.
And he is happy there. I believe that will secure.
His first place was secured.
First place for him.
Unless.
And Zoo with our biggest deadlift so
deadlift.
far, 722 pounds.
Biggest deadlift of the day, I believe.
Huge. Huge attempt inbound.
327. I can't do the math in my head on that one.
It's a lot. It's a lot of kilograms.
A lot of pounds.
722, I believe.
722 pounds.
Need to clean up the bar here. Need everyone in the building to show some energy here for this crazy deadlift. Now, just for context, he is about to deadlift the equivalent of a Harley Davidson motorcycle.
That is wild.
He's about to pull this off the ground. Let's see it. Come on, Zoo. Taking his time, has the crowd behind him.
It's getting quiet. The anticipation is building up right now. The weight is the equivalent of a Caribbean manatee.
And Zoo takes his time here. Come on. Wedges in.
Wedges.
Breaks out the floor.
He can't.
Unable to get it past lockout.
That is okay, though, as Zoo secures a second place position, I believe.
Zoo still secures second place, and that is all for deadlifts here.
That is all we have
overall.
for our afternoon session.
Thank you for everyone who attended the live stream. Once again, shout out to all our sponsors here for helping this event run. Shout out to our spotting and loading crew for catching the weight, changing the weight, cleaning the bar.
Making the meet go as efficiently as possible.
Thank you to our staff members here as well. And thank you very much to Barbell Productions for providing the media coverage. So everyone who's watching at home can watch this. And as well, if you're an athlete and you want a media package, be sure to follow up with Barbell Productions as well. It's been quite a day.
It's been quite a day.
Great.
We will see you again at prime time if you join us at
later this evening. Prime time will be at 6 p.m. tonight. So tune back in if you're interested in watching that. It's a
it'll be a very fun time.
Very fun time.
There'll be crazy weights moved.
For sure. But that is all for this session.
Thanks for tuning in.
Get access to world-class coaching in real time from anywhere. Whether in a small group setting or one-on-one, our coaches are in your ear during your training sessions, watching every rep and correcting every mistake.
Mm-hmm.